Hello, everyone. Welcome to anyone who is watching already, waiting for us to go live. Welcome to Fourth Gamers D&D, where me and a group of friends play D&D. Before we start actually playing, we have a couple of announcements to get through. First, last time I talked about having reruns on this channel. However, we found out that to actually allow reruns on Twitch, you have to be affiliate. And we aren't there yet. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you're right now here with us live on Twitch, make sure to click the follow button. It helps us gain affiliate status and hopefully, get some more viewers and stuff like that. Besides that, we started this as a little bit of an incentive to support our local game store, the Game Force. That's kind of where our name comes from. And because Corona is slowing down very much, we are allowed to finally run in-store games once again. So if you're in the Netherlands, around Eindhoven, Brabant, where the Game Force is located, I will make sure that links to the site, the Facebook, and the Discord will be posted in the links of Twitch and YouTube. Go there, join us, and maybe even join us for a real life game in the Netherlands with one of us, because almost everyone here in this group is a DM there as well, so you can meet us in real life. Because we can't do reruns yet, we came up with the idea of doing a segment on the Monday evening we're not playing a game, to do a segment called Building Eternia, where me and maybe some of the players will be talking about the campaign setting, things like geography, history, the Pantheon, stuff like that, where we will help explain a bit how the world is connected with each other and how it fits, so that people aren't confused when we're talking about locations or gods that no one has ever heard of. So we will be starting with that next Monday. Once again, the VOD of this stream will be live on YouTube next Friday, and the VOD for the Building Eternia will be on the following Friday after the Monday stream. That's pretty much all I had to say. Anyone else has an announcement, or are we there to start the game?
I'd like to add that our one-shot games in the store start potentially on the 10th of June.
Oh, yeah,
we
that's
play
right.
every Thursday.
Yes. There is a small entry fee for a seat, and you have to reserve a spot to be able to start at one of our tables, which will be announced in the Discord where you can do that and how you can.
Yes, so links to all of those will be on Twitch.
Is that just a Corona thing, or is that a
The reservations is just a Corona thing for now. When everything goes back to normal, we have walk-ins. Like we've had evenings where we've had 8 DMs with tables of 6, and it was busy. And we hope we can get back there as soon as possible. So
for the unforeseeable future, the payment for the table will stay, I think, right?
So yeah, I can disclose some information there. So the entry fee currently is standing on €5, and for all of you that probably don't have this information, but that won't change much for what you're used to. There will be a forced consumption included of $250, so the price will go up, but that includes a consumption. Normally everyone buys a drink anyway, so that doesn't change anything for us.
Or you can get a grilled cheese.
All that
as well, yeah.
And maybe eventually snacks again and stuff, which is awesome.
Hopefully it will all be very, very soon, and we hope everyone will join us for a good night of fun. Talking about a good night of fun, now that the announcements are out of the way, let's start tonight's game with a recap.
Yes. Alrighty,
let's go.
All right. So, Our story started in the port city of Fort Castra, where our party witnessed a crystal being placed on a pedestal in a marketplace. After it started humming and pulsing with energy, they were seemingly transported 2 years into the future, where the city looked like it had been submerged in the ocean for a long time. Searching for clues about what had happened, they found that the Fair Maiden's voyage had sailed back into town after having capsized over 30 years ago. Slowly piecing together clues about the crew and what happened 30 years ago, they made their way to the archives searching the records for information about a man called Senur Elderwind, encountering Drowned, which they killed. Avoiding it until then, that evening they made their way to the Temple of the Sailor, where they encountered Horatio, the captain of the Fair Maiden's voyage, who asked them to help him find Simmons, his old first mate. Agreeing to at least try, they wanted to do one last thing before the day was over, and that is to check if they could find the little girl who was wandering around town. Waiting near the gravesite and desecrating her grandfather's grave, they finally met her, played hide and seek with her, and followed her to the ocean, where they found her skeletal body trapped in a coral reef. After a hard day's work, they made their way back to the Oriental Seahorse, resting for what the next day might bring. So, that is where we left off. You all went to your rooms to have a night's sleep, unless anyone wants to do something before dawn breaks. You can all get a long rest before we continue.
Yay!
Cool. One thing though, we didn't desecrate a grave. My automaton
It's
did.
just archaeology. It's fine.
To be fair, it wasn't a grave because there was nothing in it.
That's also true.
True.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
archaeology.
Yeah, that's just called archaeology for now.
I mean, there has to be some dividing line between grave robbery and archaeology, right?
Well,
I think that line is when there's no longer family to remember the person that's been buried.
See, and the people that are the family's probably already dead too, so it's fine.
We don't know. The man that we were trying to find might still be awake.
I don't know how.
Don't do this to me.
I don't know how it's in the rest of the world, but I know that graves are paid for in the Netherlands, and I don't think that you can call that archaeology.
And they're expensive
All right.
shit too. Jesus.
We just started and we're already getting off track. So, as dawn breaks, as each of you is finally rested, and you join each other in the common room of the inn, where Kothos has already prepared some nice fish sandwiches for you to consume. The day is yours, and what do you wish to do?
Kothos, about those sandwiches. Next
Yes.
time try the other fish in between.
So it's like a reverse fish sandwich.
So
Yes.
instead of
Brilliant.
tuna,
What is the
salmon,
difference?
tuna,
A
you
fish.
want salmon, tuna, salmon? All right, sure, I can try that for lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, I can do that.
Oh,
No
boy.
problem.
It's a bit chewy.
I am sorry. I tried my best, but it's been a while.
That's good. It's good.
You're just trying
It's
for some
good.
variation, you know.
I get that. No problem. So, what is the plan for the day, folk?
Drown.
No, searching a dead
That
man, I
that
believe.
sounds like a bad
Ah.
idea. Drowning. That's no. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend it. I can for the
Let's
day
not
cast
try
water
to
breathing
drown.
on you
The-
again
the
if you
little
intend to
girl?
go
Yeah.
swimming. If you want.
Nah.
Yeah, just to be sure about it, maybe it's a good plan.
I mean, it's for a whole
Yeah,
day.
just to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
he
24 hours.
Yeah,
he
just
gra-
to be
Bad idea.
safe.
he grabs his component pouch, and while you're all eating, he sits at the table, does the magic motions and the words, blows the red saffron over the table. As you all inhale, you feel that surge again, where you are now able to breathe underwater once more.
Awesome. Thanks, Kothos.
No problem.
So
what
what
now?
now?
What now?
Oh,
We know that
Oh.
the girl is somewhere underwater. Well, at least a skeleton.
Yes.
I am sorry. What
Mm.
did you
Oh
say?
right.
Did you say
Right.
a child was underwater?
I'm sorry. I'm still half asleep. I think I
Are,
dreamed.
are you talking? Are you talking about the girl in white?
No. We went for a swim. I'm still half asleep. I went for a swim in my dream.
Make a deception check.
Fuck. It's not that good. Oh, I rolled an 18. Yes. Deception.
He rolls a nat 20 against you.
No,
Ooh.
19.
All right. Well, that's too bad. Well, nightmares are
I
a
need
common.
5 more minutes. I think.
Nightmares are kind of a common thing when situations like these occur. Hopefully, we will get some more rest
Yeah, it's
this
stressful.
evening.
Like,
But that is a weird
Yeah.
dream. It is a weird dream.
yeah, I don't know what it was. It might be like all the water stuff around on the buildings and me like being like gone for 2 years, like missing 2 years of my life. It's weird.
Yeah, that sounds very plausible.
It
Yeah.
isn't really missing 2 years of your life, is it?
Well,
We just
I skipped
it was
2
a split
years.
second, right?
Yeah, I skipped it. It was
So that means you get to live longer.
No.
well, I already get to live for about 500 years, and I'm only 40. So
Really?
yeah.
But you're still a kid.
Well, no. You're an adult when you turn 30.
Okay, that's
I
weird.
mean,
Furbolgs, when they're 30, they turn into adults.
that's basically most adults, right?
Well, for humans, it's a bit younger, isn't it?
Yeah, but they die very
Technically.
soon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
for
only have about
humans,
80
it's
years.
about 80 to 20 years when you reach adulthood.
And I know that turtles live even less, right?
We do
Had
not grow
no
that
clue.
old. No.
They live for about 50 years, I thought.
I do not know. None of my people have made it to that age, unfortunately.
Oh,
Perhaps of some of the people who are alive, but most of us died in a particularly bad wildfire.
Huh? How old are you, Grandpa?
I am somewhere in my 40s.
Somewhere.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in your 40s.
Counting
You're
gets
suffering
kind of
from dementia, aren't
we're
you?
about the same age.
counting gets kind of difficult when you live in a forest.
1
You
tree,
kind of
2
just stop
3.
caring. You just stop caring about it.
Yeah.
So we just
Okay.
need to be sure that you don't drop that in the next couple of minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I am not
Anyways.
that old,
I mean-
son.
what
What are we
I'm
gonna
sorry.
do?
I'm not
Well,
yet at death's door.
At least
Yeah.
he won't
What are we gonna
drown
do
for
today?
the
'Cause
next
the-
day.
True.
Yeah, it's very
You
true.
don't know that.
I just gave him the ability to
the-
breathe underwater. I do know that he will not drown within the next 24
You did
hours.
last time, and I drowned.
You're
didn't, 'cause you're still alive.
sitting here, right?
Drowning implies dying.
Well, it wasn't fun.
That's something
That's
different.
that's because you're part cat. You don't like water. That's something else.
I'm not a cat,
You're partially a cat.
so
Ja-
then I'm not a cat.
Cat adjacent.
He just has the characteristics of
and
one.
your mother was a hawk, but
So
that's not something we talk
No.
about every day,
I-
right?
This is a boar.
I find a feather,
Or, excuse me.
and I go
He's
to
definitely-
hit an arrow, and I like wiggle it before her nose, see if she reacts.
I'm like, really? Are you even gonna insult me now?
No, I'm trying to prove that you're partially a cat.
And I do not.
I put the feather away.
Okay, there's a few things we can do today because we could go to the compound where most of the people live to try and see if they know something, and we can try and go to what's it called again? The
I don't know. What is it called again?
It's the barracks.
All right, the barracks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was
you
something there
you had a
to
few
speak to.
options. You haven't checked on the apartment complex yet. You haven't checked on the barracks yet. As you're saying, that was on your list apparently.
And the house
And you
Yeah,
have
and
the
the
address
house
of
of-
Elderwind's last known residency
yeah.
from 30
Yeah.
years ago.
Right.
All right.
I suggest whatever we do, I suggest we stick together for it
Steph.
though.
Split the
Not
party.
split up.
Knowing the map of this city, the
Split
barracks
the
and the
party.
apartment complex, are they close to each other?
No, they're not. The apartment complex they have been speaking of is very close to the marketplace. The barracks are
Yeah.
a little bit to the west of the temple, which is in the northern part of town. And the old
Okay.
residency of Elderwind is somewhere between the apartment complex and the barracks.
All right.
All right. So we have the choice to first go to the barracks, then the house, and then the apartments, or vice versa.
I'm good either way.
As long as we
Yeah, I
don't
have
have
no.
to swim, it's fine.
So
Can we go by
I
river?
wouldn't follow.
then I'll take the lead and go to the barracks, I guess.
Very well.
All right.
I put my sword in the air. This way, please.
Please do not swing this thing everywhere. Jesus, you might behead someone.
As you're leaving, Kotos says, if you want, I'll make fish sandwiches for lunch if you're back in a couple of hours. Otherwise, hopefully see you tonight.
What if you make fish sandwiches to go?
Well,
that
that
would
is
be
a
nice.
possibility,
Some
but
lunch.
do you have 10 minutes? I can go make them right now. I haven't thought of that actually.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
He disappears into the kitchen, rummages around a bit. You hear
I
him.
just got
You hear him
got us free
working.
fish sandwiches, boys.
And about 10 minutes later, he comes out with these bundles of dried seaweed within them fish sandwiches. He gives
Sushi!
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like sushi.
What question, Kotos? Is there
Except-
some rice left by accident?
I have no idea what
Doubt
rice
it.
is. I think we talked about it last time,
That's
didn't
some
we?
main-
Like there were the little grains.
Yeah,
I think.
that's.
Yeah, we don't have those
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
I think. I haven't heard of them
I
before.
guess it's a
but
mainland thing then.
I guess it is so. Anyway, I have a fish
They
sandwich
didn't
for
have
each of
anything
you.
else than fish, did they?
No, they don't. If you want another rat outside, go ahead. But one thing, it will only prove that you're part cat if you're going hunting for rats.
What's wrong with a rat?
I don't eat rats.
Well, you will love rats when you have been eating fish for like 20 years.
Yeah, probably. But this is my third
Like,
day
you're
of eating
even
fish.
gonna argue that I'm partially cat because I eat fish.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. right.
Kotos chimes in
Alright,
for a moment.
go.
Like cats actually do eat fish, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So he's a cat? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's not what
But
I'm
but
saying.
what
I'm
about
just
ducks? Are they
contradicting
made of
him.
wood because they also float?
I'm sorry, I just got that reference. It turned me into a newt.
All right.
I got
What's the
that.
newt?
Yeah.
You step
Let's go,
outside the
let's go-
tavern.
Yeah.
The sun is shining actually
This
for
way
a
to the
bit.
barracks,
Well,
please.
it is rather cloudy. There is currently no rain for a change. You make your way to the northwestern part of town, crossing through the marketplace and not really encountering any form of life whatsoever. Just beelining it to the barracks. As you see it towering over some of the buildings. The barracks is a tall, square building with small windows, kind of like a military fort within a fort. And there's a gateway that has like this portcullis kind of gate that is currently raised. As you step through, you find yourself in a courtyard. There's a courtyard with stone walls, sand, dirt floor. There are some training dummies and stuff like that standing around. And in front of you, there's the big, tall, square building where things like the rooms for soldiers and stuff and town's guard can be found. There are a few doors that lead into the building. There are 3. One on the far left and 2 in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, and around you, like, it looks deserted a bit. The training dummies all look like they've been soaking in the rain, not maintained. They're kind of sagging a bit. One has fallen over. The weapon racks are all empty, except for maybe a few rusty spikes that have no use to them whatsoever anymore. Like, you would stab a person with it and it would just break off and you now have a stick in your hand. So what do you wish to do?
I shoot one of the dummies.
Roll an attack.
Sure. 22.
Hits. So you grab your bow, you shoot at one of the dummies, and you hit it dead center where for a normal person its heart would be. With the force of the arrow, the dummy topples backwards as the stick that it is standing on breaks because it is very heavy and moldy with rot.
Still
Wow.
got it. Still got it.
Wow, not bad at all.
Maybe I should try it. I load up my crossbow.
Yes.
I duck.
And I shoot.
All right, roll attack.
19.
19 also hits. This one is a little bit sturdier. You see it that it wiggles in the ground a little bit as you hit a little bit above the heart in the where the windpipe is, like the soft tissue just above the rib cage. And you see that it hinges over a little bit, but it doesn't break. But yeah, you hit it dead center.
No, it's still alive.
Yeah, well, it's probably choking on its own blood if it was a human.
Wow, nice shot, both of you.
I just
Thanks.
I put my
go
hands.
back and grab my crossbow bolt back.
I walk in and I put my hands to my mouth and I shout, "Anyone here?"
Yes, I am.
I meant,
Hi. Hello.
I meant someone else.
Oh.
Like, I know you're here.
Which way did you go? Because there are 3 doors.
Me? I just stand in the courtyard to shout.
Oh, you're standing in the courtyard shouting. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you went to like a door or something.
Nope, just general area.
All right. You shout. No response.
Hey, maybe it's an idea to not attract the attention of every creature in this place.
It's
Well,
a very good idea. Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea.
After about a
Well,
minute or so, you see the door on the far left swing open. And you see a man stepping out in a town's guard uniform. His skin is pale bluish, but not like the drowned you've encountered. His hair is also blue-colored, rather flowy. You recognize this person as being a water genasi. Also being the same person you've seen putting up the crystal on the pedestal in the marketplace. As he steps out in his uniform, he looks your way and he says, "Well, you are new.
Yeah, I
Point my
guess.
bow in that direction.
You're pointing a bow
Yeah,
at
I
him.
also aim my crossbow in this direction.
He puts up his hands in a defensive motion, and he says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guys,
No,
drop the bow
no,
and I
no, no need to be aggressive, okay?"
Okay, guys, just drop him. Is he unarmed?
I
He
whisper
has a
to,
short sword hanging by his side, but
Okay, he doesn't have anything in
he
his
has
hand.
his hands up.
Okay, guys,
I'll
just
whisper to Zalmora. You mean drop him or the bow?
the bow.
Right. I'll lower my bow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
same.
just
As you lower your
keep it by your
weapons,
side,
he
and
lowers
if
his
anything
hands.
goes wrong, you get to shoot him.
Right.
Right.
He, as you lower your weapons, he lowers his hands. He does rest his wrist on the pommel of his short sword.
I do the same with my longsword.
In a motion just to make sure that if he gets attacked, he has easy reach to his weapon, but he's not in an aggressive stance or anything. Can I help you, folk?
Yeah, I think I recognize you.
Do you now?
Yeah, weren't you the guy who a couple of years ago put up an auction on the market stand?
What is an auction?
I did. Yes. I didn't know this was gonna happen though. You know what?
Tell us.
You can.
What did you do?
You can.
Come on.
You can. Let's have a seat in the captain's quarters and have a friendly chat.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
All right.
Sure.
He turns around and walks into the doorway he came from, leading you through a small hallway to another oaken door. He opens it, and you find yourself in the captain's quarter. It's kind of refurbished. There is some furniture, like there are 2 seats and a sofa. There's a writing desk. There are a few cabinets and a weapon rack. It's been kept pretty clean for what you've seen from most of the parts of town. Although, like most of the furniture in here still looks like it has some wear and tear, but it looks cleaner than what you've seen until now.
Okay.
He points to the seats and to the sofa. Like, you can have a seat. I can't really offer you anything to drink or to eat. I mean, except I have like a few casks of water left, standing around. Maybe.
And let me guess, to eat fish.
Yes.
Yeah, we've noticed there isn't much around.
Yeah, it's
Who
been
are you?
it's been tough. Well, my name is Ma'an. As you can see, I'm a water genasi. I'm part of the town's guard, or what used to be the town's guard. Like, there's me. Yeah, there's just me.
Yeah, in here, you mean, or...
No, there's just me. I mean,
Where's
the half orc fella, I don't really know his name. He took one of the uniforms because he needed to defend himself or something against drowned people that were walking
Yeah.
around. But he's not really town's guard. I'm like the only one left.
The only one of the
Gillidan.
towns.
Yeah, that's the fella, the half orc fella.
Yeah, we met
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Met him.
Well, he's not really town's guard.
Okay.
Good to know.
I'm like the last one standing.
Do I remember from
Well-
2 years ago that he wore a Thames Guard uniform as well?
On the marketplace, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, when he was setting up the pedestal with the crystal on it, he was wearing Tarn's guard uniform.
Right. So I believe that story.
Yeah.
You did a pretty good job keeping the place kind of cleanish.
Military precision, I would say.
Well, I am military trained, and I have to
I-
keep on living somewhere.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
I
Can't
know that
leave
we've been
this
kind of rude. We
place.
haven't introduced ourselves. My name's Zil Moira, but you can call me Zil.
All right, sure. Thank you.
They call me Tusk.
Okay.
I'm Hakan.
And the
People
other.
usually call me Cork.
I'm your worst nightmare.
I just punch him in the ribs.
Come on.
There's
This
like
guy
there's like this
made us come here.
There's like this
Yeah.
faint, nervous smile on his face. He like he doesn't really think. He doesn't really know if he has to take you serious or not, or if you're being sarcastic or not. So on the one hand, he's trying to smile and be very jovial. You made a joke. On the other side, he's like, yeah, this person might actually want to kill me.
All right,
Okay.
I
I'm
mean-
Arrow, but I say that not in a willing voice.
We came here because we few
Because of you.
well, you're kind of entwined in it in a way. We're trying to find out what happened and why it happened
Well,
because we want things to go back to the way they were.
Well, you're not the only one in that. I mean, this has been a living hell for anyone who was left behind. I mean, some of us. I don't think there's 100 people left here in town. There were hundreds before, and this is. It's just a matter of time before people start offing themselves. Like the one that made it 2 years until now is just. I mean, that's a memorable feat for most.
Yeah.
But can you tell us how the day went 2 years ago? Because we know you put it up on the gazebo, but
Oh, it's been a while.
what happened before?
Where did you take the crystal from? That's
Well,
a start.
Didn't take it. It was handed to me.
By who?
Leviticus, the harbor master.
Right.
He said he bought an item from a man that came into port, and I'm not sure why, but he wanted to like auction it off that same day. But
Probably thought he couldn't make a huge profit or something.
probably. So I was contacted by Leviticus and the pawnbroker that normally sets up the auctions in the marketplace to set up a quick perimeter and set up the crystal for a late afternoon auction. And after I set it up, well, it's weird. There was this faint pulse coming from it at one point, like a single pulse, like you drop something in a pool of water and there's this wrinkle that comes from it.
You
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
heard it
we've-
once?
Only the one, yeah.
We-
Then shortly after, there were people running around town claiming that a ghost ship had sailed into port. So, as Townsguard, we were sent to investigate, and there was in the harbor the Fair Maiden's Voyage. A ship
Mhm.
that supposedly sank 30 years ago, and it just looked like it was dragged from the ocean floor.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It is strange though.
there was
What?
no one
Oh,
aboard.
excuse me.
Since you're town's guard, are you the ones in charge of the wanted posters in town and stuff?
Yeah, we are.
Like the missing child poster that was there 2 years ago?
Ooh, you're asking me something there.
Would be.
I mean, I am aware that it's been 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
but
Like things like
found
missing
her,
persons.
The name would be Giselle Simmons.
That does ring a bell. Yeah, like I think small girl,
Yeah, small
11
girl.
years old maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I believe I might be wrong. Let me think. The apartment complex in town, I think her mother is still there. She's one
She's
of the
still
people.
alive?
Yeah, she's one of the few that still is around.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Just a quick
Uh,
out of character question,
Yeah, sure.
or maybe in character.
Mm.
You decide. I don't have it in my notes that Leviticus told us that he bought the crystal. I don't know if anyone else had that info.
let me look it up. There was session 1, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe he didn't personally tell you, but
No.
I believe you
He
talked.
he traded it off a guy who stole it from the ship. I have in my note.
Yeah, I believe you talked to someone who witnessed Leviticus being handed a crystal in port, but
Yeah.
Leviticus
So
personally
that's no
didn't tell
strange
you.
info that he said. It gives us.
No.
Sure.
And you talked about a pawnbroker. Is he still around? You said that a Leviticus and a pawnbroker asked you to set up the
Yeah,
auction.
the pawnbroker auction master, they're kind of the same person. They they are one of the many that walk themselves into the ocean.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so
Unfortunately.
we might get to talk to the girl's mom then.
Yes.
Seems like the right course of action.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
also need to search for, I believe. Her last name was Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mother's is Simmons. Yeah. I believe her name is Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Geraldine Simmons.
Yeah. From stories I've heard, like I've talked to her once maybe, she was named after her uncle. I could be wrong.
Yeah, figured as much.
That's possible. And I look back into my notes and in the thing. Yeah, Gerald.
Gerald Simmons? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, that's the uncle. That's the brother of the grandmother, I think.
Well, I don't think his last
Right.
name would be Simmons, as you know, if you're talking
It's
about
from the mother's side of the grandmother's side of the family.
yeah, so I would figure that he has a different last name.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you don't know anything about this crystal then. You put it there, it started, you heard one hum or buzz or boom or explosion.
Yeah, like
or
a
weird
hum,
stuff.
like a wave that came through, like a
Yeah.
pressure wave in some kind.
I look at the group and I go, so why us then?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Let's just investigate further. Go to the go on our way to the apartment complex, I guess.
Yeah, I want to make an Arcana check. Especially like on the description.
Mm-hmm.
Basically to see if there's anything that I know of that matches like the same result of the stone,
Mhm.
if that's possible. If I can. of
Sorry,
course.
sorry again.
If I think
What do you wanna check? Like the description of
I
him
wanna
against the description of
no
the crystal you have, or
no the description that he gave, like the explosion or the ripple.
yeah.
If there's anything that I know of that has like the same kind of effect.
Yeah, sure. Make an Arcana check.
also do something. Whee!
That's a 6 in total.
6 in total. Doesn't ring any bell, unfortunately.
Very sad.
Yeah. If I think back of the gravestones,
Yes.
I know that there was W.D. Simmons
There was.
and Giselle Simmons next to it.
Yeah.
Was her maiden name on it as well?
Thinking back to it, her maiden name was not on the gravestone.
Okay. Otherwise, I could have figured out the name of the brother.
Yeah.
But we
Okay.
can certainly go to the mother of this child, right?
Yeah, she
Yes.
might know.
Well,
might
I'm
know.
curious if she knows if you know what we found yesterday.
No, I think she doesn't.
Think she...
Maybe
How
we
can she?
shouldn't.
Like,
Well,
what's her
the-
name?
we know-
Kothos knows that it is around and walking around. So, like,
Yeah, there have been sightings indeed.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Might be haunting.
Are you talking about the girl in white hanging around the
Yeah.
temple graveyard?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Alright, so I'm not the only one who has seen it. Great, I'm not going crazy yet.
No,
Not yet,
we
at
don't
least.
know what's going on there, but we've seen her. We've actually seen her by the docks, not by the graveyard.
Both.
So she wanders
Both.
around.
We followed her
yeah.
from the graveyard to the docks. And then you went swimming.
I nudge you into your ribs again.
How?
Remember
Stop
about
doing
not
that.
sharing every bit of information?
I didn't. You
You
started
guys
it.
suck at
Are
this.
you folk alright? You come off a bit jumpy.
Well, we're just
No, there's
being...
nothing wrong with us.
No, we're just being careful, that's all.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You're talking to the guy that
Can
set
I-
up the crystal, so I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And he lets his head hang in a bit of shame.
Can I do
It's-
an... It's okay, you didn't know. And
You don't
can
know
I,
that he didn't know. Maybe he knew.
insight check.
Well, sure, make an insight check.
Did he know?
Make an insight check.
Ooh, 17 plus
What is an
What?
inside check?
18.
18. As far as you can tell, he seems to be telling the truth. He was unaware of what would happen if he set up the crystal.
Okay.
So let's go on our way then. We have
Yeah.
all the information we need here. Nice
Yeah,
weapon
let's
rack
go to-
though.
Yeah. And
Well, thank you. I mean, a short sword only comes in handy every once in a while with the drowned walking around. I mean, I've noticed that they don't attack me if I don't attack them, so I just try to stay here most of the time
Yeah.
by myself.
Well, whenever you
Understandable.
go, just be careful.
yeah,
Yeah, keep an eye out for those pirates.
Which pirates?
Pirates?
no pirates.
There's no pirates.
Oh, what? No, not pirates.
There are
the
pirates.
drowned.
The drowned.
No, the guys from the ship. The
I nudged to my other side.
I'm pretty sure when the ship
That's the
came.
Nicholas.
I'm pretty sure when the ship came into port, it was empty, and only after the people started drowning themselves, the drowned came, as we call them, the ship was empty. I mean, I was one of the few that investigated it when it came into port, and there was no one on it.
You're a really shitty
I-
town's guard.
Yeah. Can
Let's go.
I mean,
Let's
how
go.
can we stop a ghost ship? It's not like that happens every year or something.
true.
Well,
I mean,
Ghost
this is the
Well.
this is my first one in 10 years of service.
it's my first one as well.
I'll be right back.
True. Yeah,
So,
let's go to
In
the
2
apartment.
years, you have found out nothing, apparently.
Well,
Well-
we searched through it once and there was nothing aboard, so we let it rest.
Right.
And then
Yeah, sure.
people started killing themselves in the ocean, and no one dared come near it again.
But why were they killing themselves? In
I
the
don't
ocean?
know. They just started walking in. And
Didn't you have that urge?
No,
We
no, I didn't.
Then why do none of us have the urge to do so?
Some
I,
Were
people
you-
seem to be
I
like,
am
immune,
I am
right?
unaware.
were you born on this island?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Fort Imperius.
Aha, that might be why.
But that
What
would
do you
mean that
mean?
only a handful of people came here, right? There's not. All right, town's guard. You should
Yeah.
know everyone alive, right? How many people are alive on this island? Roughly.
On this island, I am not sure because I haven't been out of town
Fort
for.
Castra then.
Yeah. Let's see. Leviticus is still around.
Yes.
The folk
We've
from
met
the
him.
Oriental Seahorse,
Uh-huh.
and I think. Well, in the apartment complex, I think roughly 30 or 40?
So let's say there's 50 people alive.
Yeah.
So there must be much more people that moved here after the last dragon has been slain. Like,
Well, to be fair, the last one was slain 23 years, no, 25 years ago.
yes.
Most,
Yes,
a,
I
lo- a,
know.
lo- a lot of people, when it was declared safe, moved back to their families and stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of people probably would have stayed because they built a life here.
Yeah, true.
And there was nothing to go back to for me. Well,
For
there
some,
might be. I don't
If
know.
we ever get
I
out
hope
of
so.
this,
Yeah,
I'm not going back.
Probably
I'm
not.
definitely going,
Well,
getting out of town as fast as I can. That's for sure.
Oh, that as well. Yes. Anyway, so
Well,
Yeah.
you're not the only one. Believe me. After, if there's in some way I can leave this shithole, I am hanging up my cape and I am fucking out of here. Like first
Do you still get
first
paid?
ship to the mainland. No, I don't get paid. No one gets paid. There's no one to pay me.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
don't you
It's-
pay yourself then?
Then why are you still here? If you don't get paid?
Because
Can't
I
leave.
can't
I was always told that
leave.
people
They
in
can't
the
leave.
towns just only do things because they get paid.
I tried
Can
That's
someone
odd.
poke him? He's in his tantrum again.
Like we tried a couple of times just on like regular small fishing boats. The moment we went out to harbor, the fucking things just sank every time.
yeah.
And I'm not swimming to the mainland. That's
Has
like
anyone tried that?
All on estimation, how long would it take?
No,
Swimming?
we're not doing that.
swimming to the mainland. I mean, by ship it's about a week.
No, we don't bother.
I mean,
a bit
swimming
far
by
away.
yourself. I mean, if you have the possibility to breathe on the water, you could walk over the ocean floor and I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. If you don't get eaten by sharks or something.
No,
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 thank you.
no.
No,
I know.
thank you. No, thank
and
you.
I think that's just like That's not even the worst that you could encounter in the ocean. It's like a scary.
like-
Scary
He
place.
just
Mega
He just
sharks.
stares into the distance and he rambles on a bit like this ocean is just giant creature.
Maybe we should go.
And
This guy's not gonna give us information, right?
No, let's go.
No, I
Alright.
think we've got all we could here.
I lean in and I pat him on the shoulder. Thanks for your service anyway.
I guess you're welcome.
So for service you get paid, right?
I'm sorry you're in this shithole.
Yeah.
I still have my own room at the Oriental Seahorse, so I'm fine.
Oh yeah, if there's anything that sticks out or if there's anything you want to share, you can find us at the Oriental Seahorse.
That's Kothos' place, right?
Yeah, I used to
Yes.
work there before this happened.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we've had contact every once in a while to like reports on drowned sightings. So yeah, I know my way. If there's anything that comes to mind, I guess I will come and share it with you guys.
Lovely.
Thanks.
And I walk out.
All right. You leave the barracks complex and find yourself in the courtyard once again. Clouds shifting a little bit, growing darker with impending rain, as you're getting used to right by now. Where do you wish to go?
I would say the
Mm.
apartments, right?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but on our way we could go to Snoo's place, right?
Yeah,
What place?
Elderwind's apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Alderwind, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of on the way. Like if you're looking on the map, you could beeline it to the apartment complex, and you kind of miss it, or you could just go down a bit to go to the house and then beeline it to the apartment complex. But that's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go past the apartment first.
All right.
To see if there's
Yeah.
anything left.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
You make your way through town, feet splashing in mud pools, as a slight drizzle once again starts falling, soaking you in minutes. You find your way, making sure to check the document you probably have with you for the right address, right?
Yes.
All right. To make sure that you find the right home, and when you get there, it's a rather small abode, just cramped in between another couple of buildings. Just small, 2 stories, made of like orangey bricks, overgrown with barnacles and seaweed, like everything else here. As you walk towards the door, put your hand on it. It gives. It is unlocked currently. You
Maybe I should. Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm turning around and I go. Maybe we should send in the steel defender first. See if there's nothing dangerous in there.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Fair enough.
You know, just in case there's no drowned or anything.
Your
So I give the command to my steel defender to open the door and walk in.
all right. He puts his metal hand against the door, pushes it, and it just gives way, opening up into a small hallway. Let's see. From the small hallway, you can look inside. It's rather dark inside. There are no torches lit or anything weird. There's a little bit light coming in through a window besides the door, and through the door itself, of course. In the hallway, you can see a staircase going to an upper floor, and at the end of the hallway, there is a door currently closed. And underneath the stairs, there's a door to a small, like, cupboard area, most likely. It smells very old and like mildew. You can see that there is some mold growing over the walls and stuff like that. Your steel defender walks in, floor creaking a little bit under his weight. Nothing really jumping out at him or anything.
Yes, so I turn around to the rest of the group and go, I think it's safe, guys. But it looks like it's pretty moldy, so don't touch the walls, probably.
If it's
And
moldy,
I-
there's no one alive,
And
right?
maybe.
Hey,
And I follow my steel defender in.
Okay.
I'll follow suit as well.
So
Sure, I'll go in.
you walk into the small entrance hallway. There's on your right there's this iron hook on the wall where you could hang a coat or something like that. But besides that, the hallway is pretty empty. Where do you wish to go first?
Are there any doors or
There's a
staircases?
staircase that goes up from this hallway. Underneath the staircase, the staircase is closed off, and there's a door in it to like a
Yeah.
cupboard underneath the staircase, and there's a door at the end of the hallway that most likely leads to a living space of some kind.
Let's first check out the living space, I guess.
What are we looking for in this building, by the way?
Information on where he found the crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any clue about where he got it?
Purpose.
Because he brought it to the island. Maybe he stole it as an artifact from an ancient city, or has some information of what happened to. Because we already know partially what happened when this crystal gets into a city.
Didn't he find it in an archaeological dig?
Yeah, but find out where and
Do you mean a
why
grave
and
robbery?
Maybe you can ask him. Wait, he's dead, right?
no, he
Yeah.
left.
Oh, right, yeah.
He left the island.
You're
What?
also not sure how he got the crystal. You know he's an archaeologist, but you're not sure where he got the crystal, as no one has that information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
We
no
know
one
he
used
sold
at
magical
least.
artifacts he found in digs. That
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know.
you did. You
Yeah.
do know that.
Well, we
There-
don't
there wa-
even know if he knew that it was magical.
There was like a footnote on his citizenship papers that says someone to look out for because he was selling magical artifacts in town.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So I
Um,
open the door to the living room, I guess.
All right. Let's see. You find yourself in a small living space. There's a couch that is like broken in the middle from the fur and stuff that is on it. There's mushrooms sprouting. There's mold on the walls here as well. Built directly in the corner, there's a small kitchen-like area with like a pantry. But this is really a one-room living space, like in an apartment where your room and your kitchen are kind of combined in the same room.
Okay.
I go and pick the mushrooms and go raid the pantry to see if there's anything edible still in it, like dried fruits in glass jars or anything. And I want to pick the mushrooms that are there, and I also want to check if they're edible.
All right, make a nature check for the mushrooms.
Ugh.
I will just look. I'll just stand there.
Nature. 8.
8. Looking at them, smelling them. Yeah, sure, they might be edible.
Okay.
Can I see from a distance?
I mean, you're with them in the building. If you all moved into the living area is about like 10 by 20 feet. It's not really that big. So if you're all standing in there, you can see her pick the mushrooms and stuff.
Okay. Can I deduce if they're edible or not?
Yeah, sure. Make a nature check.
When he does that, I move on to the pantry.
Nice.
Yeah,
Plus
you
4
open the
is
pantry.
Oh,
That's
19 plus
23.
4.
19 plus
23.
4, 23. All right. They are edible.
But
However,
But
these
they
are
tasty?
these are
Wait,
these
no,
kind
those-
of mushrooms. They're like small, white-tipped, long stem And you recognize them because your people use them most of the time in like shamanic rituals, as they are hallucinogenic.
They're like that. They're like enoki mushrooms, that right?
Yeah, they're like naughty mushrooms.
No, enoki. You know
Inoki.
the small, the tall, small.
I'm not that
thin
at
one.
home in hallucinogenic mushrooms. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's not hallucinogenic.
These are.
I
These
know
are.
we're,
These
we're
are.
Dutch,
They,
but we don't all do paros and weed.
No.
they are used like your people. They can be used recreational, or they. But most of the time, they are used in rituals where shamans consume them and let the visions come to them and speak to their people in ritualistic manner. As you're
I
raiding
want
the
to check. Oh,
as you're raiding the pantry, there are a few glass jars in there with dried fruit in them.
Take them.
Like they're the glass jars, closed off lid. As you're trying one to see if you can open it, but it's very tightly locked. So
Huh.
you have a feeling that what is inside might probably
good.
be preserved enough to consume.
Yay! Gift for Kothos as a thank you for feeding us.
I want to look through every cupboard, every single thing, and look for papers, books, or anything that's written on pieces of stuff to see if we can find anything pertaining to this crystal.
Just here in the living room, or are you searching any other part of the house?
If I can't find anything in the living room, I'm just going to the next room.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Mhm.
I would like to do the same for the area underneath the stairs.
Sure. Also roll an
50.
investigation. 15?
50.
15.
I
1-5.
I mean,
Ah,
this is not
rolling a
Pathfinder.
five,
This is not
1.
Pathfinder.
Very
Um,
impossible.
searching through a few of the cupboards in the living room area, you don't find any papers here, unfortunately.
Can I
Nothing
look?
here. Let's
Okay.
go.
Can I look for like hidden compartments in the floor or the walls?
Sure. Roll an
See
investigation.
if anything's like hidden or concealed.
And Cork, what was
Oh,
your
I
it's a
also-
investigation?
natural one. Never mind.
I rolled a natural 20.
Woo!
Nice. All right.
Found
As
Harry
you're-
Potter?
you find the cupboard
I was
on the
just about
stairs.
to look, but-
It is unlocked. And there's like these few small racks built into it, with a few bottles of liquor still standing on it. Most of them are still full and sealed. As you're searching around, you find that one of the floorboards is loose, and as you pull it up very gently, you see that underneath it is a sort of lever.
Yeah, what the hell? I put put the booze in my bag just to be sure, and then I pull the lever.
All right, you pull the lever, and you guys hear this. There's this faint rumbling sound as the side wall of the thingy under the stairs shifts and rolls open, and reveals a staircase down to a basement. As that happens, because you're close, I believe your passive was a 12. Yeah, it's 12. You hear as it opens up, you see at first you saw a little bit of light, and then you hear a sizzling sound as if something hot is put into water. And then just
something.
silence.
I say, like, turning back to the party, still on my knees.
What did you find?
What?
You heard the rumbling sound of the side wall shifting.
Right.
I found a hidden entrance That's probably something worth something, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
very dangerous.
let's go and have a look, I guess.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Can your automaton fit in that?
I don't
The
think
the
can,
entrance
right?
is too big for the automaton to comfortably fit. Like it's a very tight fit for Cork, and the automaton is bigger than him.
What about my shell?
Your shell can fit.
Okay.
Just
But-
diagonally.
Yeah.
We could just roll you through on your side.
Wait,
There-
I can just wild
there's
shape.
this-
Why am I? Why
There's
am
kind
I
of a
being-
rotting smell wafting up from the staircase.
Oh, what's the smell?
Who goes Who goes
actually,
down
can
first?
I roll a nature check to see?
Yeah, sure.
I want to roll a nature or investigation, whatever you deem best, to
Uh,
see if I can recognize the smell.
Make a perception check.
It's 13.
13. The smell kind of reminds you of the smell that you had in the Temple of the Sailor. The smell of rotting fish on the shoreline.
I think there
Okay.
might be some water or some fish down there. Something dead, anyways.
Let's go and have a look. Since this is a secret, I'd like to see what's in there.
All right.
Uh,
Who goes down first? It is dark.
Yeah,
down
I'll
there.
go.
It is dark.
well, Cork opened it. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, no, I'll go first.
Do you have dark
Do you
vision?
see anything down there, Cork? Shall I go first?
I can go
yeah,
first. If it doesn't have to be stealthy, I can go first if you guys want to.
Let me go check things out.
There's
and I'll
water
start
down there.
Then I'll start screaming and run back. Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll go down the steps silently, stealthily as possible, and looking what I can see and find.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
Sure. 24.
All right. Nice.
Even the stairs don't know you're there.
You very gingerly tiptoe down the stairs. As you reach the bottom, you notice that there is water down here.
Right.
It's only about knee height as you're walking down the stairs, and as you do a
Right.
quick scan of the room, you see sitting or crouching more or less in the corner of the room. You see a man, skin taut against his bones, like very, very malnourished, slick black hair hanging around his face, a scruffy black beard that hasn't been kept for over months, with a crossbow trained at the bottom of the stairs. But because of your dark vision, you notice he is human, so he probably doesn't have dark vision. He's very bad at looking in the dark, so you have a feeling that he didn't notice you yet. Otherwise, he already might have fired a crossbow bolt at you.
I'll go up the steps a couple of steps, not all the way,
Sure.
until I see one of my party members, and they
Yeah.
can probably see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say I see you because I was going to walk in, then you went in
Yeah,
first.
you would be next, so.
And then I'll say, I'll say nothing. I go like, one down there. Well, not speaking, but I'll
Yeah.
put my finger up and point down. I say, I'll walk up a little bit more, so I don't have to.
We start
shout.
whispering.
And I go like,
Stage whisper.
he has a crossbow pointed at the stairs.
Maybe we should throw something down so he fires it, and then we go down so he can't reload.
He doesn't notice me. He's a human. He's blind.
True, but if he
Um,
fires, then he
maybe
can't
let's-
fire again.
Maybe let's just say we come in peace.
Yeah, and then we go down and we get coming pieces.
No, peace, not pieces.
And there's water down there.
I'll go first. I'll grab
Is
my
it
shield,
how deep
my
is it? How
longsword.
deep?
No.
Yeah. How deep
As
is
you
it? How deep
as
is
you
it?
as you had a quick scan of the room, I'm gonna describe it a little bit for you guys. You saw that along the walls there were shelves with books and tomes on it. There were a few metal desk-like constructions with vials and stuff on it, like alchemical vials. And in the middle of the room there was this strange metal contraption, kind of resembling a Tesla coil.
Right.
Like
Do
it-
I
it-
know that?
Well, you don't know what a
Do I
Tesla
know what it
coil
is?
is. It is me
Yes.
to my players. It looks like a Tesla coil. As
Yes.
you, as a character in the game, have no idea what it is. You can make an Arcana check
Yeah, you
if you
see a
want.
weird
Definitely.
metal object with a sphere on it.
I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna
Yeah.
try. I'll
I
take.
might know.
But it looked
eventually.
it looked very
I'll
evil
describe
genius
that
secret
as-
lab in the basement thing.
I'll describe that to the best of my ability, which is probably rubbish. Then I'm like, I can toss something down there and then
Hmm.
see how he reacts.
Or let's just talk to the guy, see if he comes to senses.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know. Maybe.
He might
What's
just be
the-
scared of the
I'll-
dead people walking around.
Yeah, can I at least
Fair
try?
enough.
Sure.
So
You can also startle him. Let's see if he's.
let's not do that.
Right. I'll put back my satchel of ball bearings. All right.
All right, okay. So I grab my shield and walk down the stairs. Hello, anybody in there?
I'll follow him closely but silently. and
With your
stealthily
shield
still.
raised, you make that you say that. You wait a moment, no answer comes.
He
See,
might
he's gonna
also
kill
just
us.
be. He might also just be dead, sitting in a corner.
Perhaps
He wasn't dead.
I
You don't have- I can't
I walk
see in
down
the
until
dark.
I can see him in the dark.
You have dark vision, right?
You also have dark
Yeah,
vision.
I have
right?
dark vision,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You walk down, not stealthily.
I'll try to be stealthily.
Sure.
Famous
You
last
just shouted down.
You also just shouted down. Yeah.
And I roll a natural one, so
Nice. The dice have spoken.
Walk down or
Christ and heavy armor.
You reach the bottom of the stairs, splashing heavily into the water as you hear a pong. Natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
You take
Oof.
12 piercing damage as a crossbow
Oh.
bolt hits you square in underneath the clavicle. You start you're knocked back into the wall a little bit, and a voice, rather hollow sounding, sounds out to you. No step closer, or I will fire again.
I won't come closer, I promise. Just want to talk, nothing more. We come in peace.
Oh yeah, prove it.
can I, while they talk, hide somewhere in this basement stealthily while so he doesn't notice? There's water down there, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I'll try to hide behind what's his face?
Coil?
Coil thingy.
No, behind Araki,
Akira.
Akira.
Yeah, sure. Roll stealth.
Sure. Looking for dice while I don't have any on the table. I'm stupid.
That's not very smart, is it?
I
25.
Rogues, I love rogues. Alright, you crouch behind Akira, your head still above water level, because your head is not going into water willingly. You have a feeling that he doesn't notice you creeping up behind Akira.
So, let me put my shield away and my longsword. I sheave it back.
You have
Put my
dark
hands in the
vision,
air.
so you notice that he is training an extra bolt on his crossbow.
Like I said, we come in peace. We're just regular beings, none of the drowned stuff or anything else.
Oh, I don't care about the drowned.
Who are you then?
Drowned are not intelligent enough to come down here.
Yeah, we are just regular humanoids. We don't come to fight.
Well, then why are
we
you
really
here?
just regular humanoids?
We found your address and there are other interesting papers in the archive, that's all.
My address?
This address from this house?
Yeah. I think you mistake me for someone else.
Well, what's your name then?
Well, first I need to know if I can trust you before I tell you my name.
Let me tell you.
Are there more of you?
Yes.
Yes, there are.
All right. Then let me see
I say
your
yes.
faces.
I was helping search with him. We were looking for something. I step up behind.
I
Behind.
will also follow, but I will not speak.
All right.
Guys.
Well,
I'll stay
so,
hidden
he
for
he
as
wants
long
to
as
see
I
if we're
can.
trustworthy.
All right. So there's 4 of you.
Huh?
Yeah.
I can do that. All right. So who are you?
Just some people looking for some stuff for from someone who used to live here. Because it might solve what's going on outside.
So you're not working with the captain.
No, we're not.
No,
We're
definitely
trying
not.
to go against the captain. We want him to go away.
Make a persuasion check.
That was nearly a 17. Damn it.
Nearly is still not a 17.
Yeah, an 8.
Oh. He looks at you skeptically and raises his crossbow a bit. Yeah, I didn't believe you. You came searching for me, didn't you?
No, we
Well,
didn't.
we just
I
asked
shoot
who
him.
you were.
I shoot him. I'll come past by and I shoot
This
him.
is actually the most chaotic, like... What
Roll an
breed?
attack
I've
roll.
never seen this
Oh,
With advantage,
dear.
because you were hidden.
With advantage.
Does he
Sure,
also
I'll
get
take
sneak
that.
attack damage?
Yes.
If he hits, he does.
11.
11 doesn't hit.
Dang.
You
we're
you grab your
five.
bow, fire your arrow, and because you have to do this motion to get besides Akira, your aim is a little bit off, and your arrow shatters against the stone wall behind the figure.
But
In
first,
And I'll
reaction,
scream, now
Oh.
drop the bow! Oh, you're dead.
Arrow, what was this? I said we go in peacefully. God damn it!
And we did, and he shot you.
he fires again at you.
I mean,
That's a 14 to hit
On who?
on you.
I think on
Me,
you.
that's hit.
That's a hit.
What?
You take
Do you not
5
have
piercing damage as a crossbow bolt hits you in the thigh. And he screams out,
Let's just, guys,
"Oh,
let's just
now you
stop
made a
the
mistake,
shooting.
buddy."
Let's just stop
he-
the shooting here. We come in peace, like I said.
He drops the crossbow. Make one last persuasion check. As he
Gonna
is,
use
he
some magic,
he
guys.
drops the crossbow in the water as he reaches for a long sword that is on his back.
17.
All right. As he reaches for the long sword, as he is already pulling it a bit, You know, I'm dead either way. Fine. He sheets the longsword back and steps to the middle of the room. And he puts out his arms in like an arrest me motion. He says, "All
We're
right,
not here.
take me to
We're not
him."
here to. But who are you then? We don't even know you. Tell us your name.
I'll walk up to him
Sure.
and I put my manacles on him.
Sure.
Yes, I have them in my inventory.
I know that. I am aware. You put the manacles on him, locking them shut, and you see a look in his eyes that tells, "I knew you bastards were lying. Take me to the fucking captain."
We're not gonna take you to the captain.
You
We're not
wanted
working
to be
for the
arrested.
captain.
I'm just making sure you don't attack us again.
Yeah.
The bastard lied to me.
So let's first start with your name. Who are you? Can you tell me? I can tell you that they call me Tusk, so. What's
I'm
your
Zil.
name?
If I tell you, you probably won't believe me.
Let me guess.
If I look at him, can I light a torch and look at his face if I recognize him?
Yeah, you light a torch, lighting up the
Because I've lived
room.
here for 10 years.
Well, he doesn't look like he is. He does look like he has lived somewhere for 10 years. His black, dark hair is like almost elbow length, greasy, matted, gross. The same with his beard. His beard is like down his chest, scruffy,
Wait.
unkempt.
Simmons?
His skin taut against his bones. There's almost no muscle, as if he's been malnourished for a long time. As you exclaim that name, you see a look of recognition in his eyes, of utter fright. I knew he fucking sent you.
No.
How do you know me?
Diary. No, he didn't. He didn't. We found your diary. That's why I recognize you.
We found your diary on the ship, and that's how we knew that we needed to find you to be able to solve this. To get rid of the captain.
Well, you bloody did, I guess.
I take out the
You
diary
don't believe
out of my
us.
bag.
Maybe turn it around and start believing in us.
Yeah, I take out his diary from my backpack, or from my bag, my saddlebag.
He reaches for it, almost in a begging motion. Do you give it to him?
Yeah, I give it to him.
Right,
I know it by heart by now because I've read it 17 times.
He snatches it from your hands and he starts paging through it quickly. And he says, "Yeah, this is mine."
But how are you still alive
how-
then, I guess?
How did you get this? This was... Well, yeah,
We found it on the ship.
I would have guessed it would have been destroyed by the water, but apparently not.
Well, we had to dry it off.
Well, you apparently know who I am.
Speaking of drying stuff, can we go to a dryer spot?
I mean, we can,
Yeah, we can
all
go
upstairs.
upstairs.
You lead him upstairs to the living room. Find yourself a nice spot
Hi
to
there.
sit.
Yeah. I stay back and look at the alchemical supplies and see if I can find anything useful for my my mutagens.
Sure.
I also wanna. Oh, excuse me. I also want to go down into the laboratory and see if there's anything that I recognize as artificer.
All right. So you two are staying downstairs. The other ones are going up with Simmons to the living room.
Yeah,
we'll
not gonna stay for long though, but
we'll start with the ones that are downstairs. Can you roll an investigation check for me?
While I come up the stairs, I go like,
23.
Totally not a cat.
23. All right.
Me too.
Most
Totally not a cat.
almost all of the flasks and vials and the alchemical thingies are empty, dried up. They're pretty old. Liquids tend to evaporize when they get old. You find, however, one corked bottle, just a small flask with like a golden red liquid in it. But the more interesting thing that you guys find are that the tables and the shelves, they are scattered with documents and tomes. Most of the tomes you see, what languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Giant, and Primordial.
All right. Most of the tomes and books that you can read are about sea travel, current studies, ocean currents, a few history books on the continent and the archipelago. On the desks, there are documents, maps of the archipelago and its individual islands, and you find scribbles on them written in Elvish about travel routes, ocean currents, and the most notable thing that you find is on a map of the island Deos, the island on which the volcano resides, Ashen Peak. And written near the northern base, you find the text "last known location" with a question mark, with a circle drawn next to it with a drawing of a symbol in it. You also find some notes on archaeological digs around the continent, drawing of statues and artifacts with scribbled notes all over them. Can you make a religion check for me?
That's halfway decent. 13.
13. You've seen some iconography of this in your life, most drawing and sketches and statues, and the symbol that is near the northern base of the volcano with the last known location are all things related to the scholar, goddess of knowledge.
Okay, I pick up all the maps and the stuff, and I make it all into one neat pile and roll it up to put it in my bag.
Sure.
The books and stuff I leave behind. I just take the stuff about the island and the artifacts and the things with Elvish written on it.
Sure. And
Cool.
Cork, if you want, because you were searching with her, you can make a Arcana check on the contraption that is in the middle of the room if you want.
That's definitely something I'm gonna do.
Because that to your eyes that looks like artificer made, or at least in some way related to artificer magic or magic in general.
What was the name of the goddess of knowledge again?
The scholar.
The scholar.
24.
24. Nice. This contraption, as you're investigating it, testing it a little bit, you find a way to actually flick it on, as there is a electrical switch on it. Like, well, not like a light switch, but there's like this tube that is like fitted loose, and you click it back in, and the thing starts humming and charging. And this is a you've had some studies about this. This is an Arcanum Coil, and what is this used for is to generate electricity to use in alchemical processes. It can also be used as a trap if set up properly. It basically it can give off electrical doses in very small doses. You can also set it up to overcharge and create an electrical current that blasts out in a radius.
Yeah, basically overcharge it and make it go.
And make it go boom.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
It is, however, fitted into the floor, and you can't take it with you.
Aww.
It's also
That was my next question.
well for you. Let's see. For a normal person, it is about shoulder height. How big it is. For you, it's probably like more to your diaphragm.
Right.
Because you're pretty big.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I'll take another look. I mean, I can also read Elven, so I guess I also help with like
All right.
sorting some of the books.
Sure.
There's
What other
nothing
language?
in
What other
Minotaur,
language?
right?
No.
By any chance?
So you speak Common, Minotaur, and Elvish? I think then.
Yeah, I do.
All right. You also don't recognize the written language in some of the other tomes.
That's
Do
unfortunate.
you guys bring the other terms to see if anybody else can check out, or?
Yeah, it's too much, but we can bring them up in like gradually bring everything to the surface. But it's a lot. There's a lot of books. Most of it is nautical stuff.
Yeah,
there...
the ones that are on nautical stuff and history and archaeology are written in either Common or Elvish, but there are
Okay.
some books in a language that you both don't recognize.
Okay, then we bring those up.
All right.
Plop them on the table.
Yeah. Is there any book that has the subject of this like coil?
Quickly scanning through it in the languages that you do understand, you don't find anything on the coil.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Those of you
But
that
yeah,
went upstairs with Simmons, you find yourself a seat as he curls up a little bit in one of the chairs. And now that you see him in more daylight, his stature and his physique are of one that he kind of looks like he has actually been buried. Like he looks almost skeletal in his figure. Like his skin is so tightly wrapped against his bone, you can count his individual bones in his arms and in his face, and he looks like he can drop dead any second. Actually, he looks that bad.
Yeah.
wow.
So,
A quick
Simmons.
question. Out of character.
Yeah, sure.
We have seen the grave of W.D. Simmons, right?
You have.
Yeah, we've opened the grave
Yeah.
of the
You
grave of
you
W.D.
opened
Simmons,
his grave, yeah.
and there was
Right.
no one in.
I mean, I'm not
Oh.
saying he looks undead, like he just crawled out of a
No,
grave.
no.
He just looks like he belongs in a grave because he's so malnourished and skeletal.
No, on my
Yeah,
on my
okay.
notes for Walter the Rain Simmons, it says died year 542.
Yeah, he was
So-
he was
Yeah,
on
but
the
we opened the
he was
grave.
on the ship when it went down.
Yeah.
So,
So-
you're supposed to be dead.
Well, I guess so, but by sheer dumb luck, I actually managed to survive the shipwreck.
And why did people then make a grave for you?
I guess because they assumed I died. I didn't wash ashore here in Fort Castra. I actually washed ashore on a small deserted island somewhere, I don't know.
And how
But
did
at
you get
some
here?
point you came here, right?
Well, how I came here is a bit of a long story. I managed to
We have time.
survive. Well, I guess we all do, don't we? When the ship
Well-
went down in the storm, I, by sheer luck, managed to grab myself onto some driftwood before consciousness left me. And I woke up on a shoreline of a small island. I am not sure where, I am unsure how far or how long I drifted.
Let's skip forward a bit. How did you get here on this island?
Well, I escaped because a pirate vessel came by and saw my smoke from a campfire and they picked me up. And they put me to work as a crewmate. I was pretty valuable to them because I used to be a first mate on a ship as well. But apparently the bloody crystal's curse still wanted to finish the job or something, as it didn't take long before that ship crashed into the waves and went down. This time closer to shore, and I managed to get onto the mainland, actually. I'm not sure how much I can tell you.
All of it. Like, you're saying the crystal has a curse?
It does. I've done some research on it in my time on the mainland, actually. When I was aboard the Fair Maiden's voyage, a man came aboard by the name of Elderwind. He was an archaeologist.
Yes, it's his home, right?
This
is his home, yes. And Horatio started to ask payment for survivors and other people to cross to the archipelago. And this Elderwind person gave him this crystal.
Yes.
Not long after that, on our next voyage, we had slaves aboard. Among them, some of the lizard folk from Devil's Tongue, and one of them managed to escape when the ship hit a hard wave and wrecked some of the cages down below. And he went off with the crystal before the ship went down. So when I reached the mainland, I began searching for things about this Elderwind figure in a way to lift the curse that is to this day still haunting me. So I made my way to Devil's Tongue, and with the insanity of my mind, I stole back the crystal and went to investigate a way to destroy it, break the curse that is upon it. And
yes,
I think I found a way.
What is the curse then?
Well, I'm not sure. The crystal is called the Eye of the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, to my knowledge, what it does is when it is brought to a person, to a ship, to a place, it brings the wrath of the ocean upon said person, ship, place. Basically erasing it from the map. Most of the time in things like storms, tidal waves, stuff like that. And all because someone stole it from those lizard folk years and years and years ago. Some shaman folk put a curse on it.
And you think you know a way to lift that?
I do.
But guys, I have to retcon a bit because I didn't know where Devil's Tongue was. But as soon as I hear Devil's Tongue, my character just bleaches out. Like he's in shock.
He just goes catatonic a bit.
Yeah.
All right. What? Let's see. What's your passives?
14.
I think Zilmoira, and Cork, as they are also downstairs, probably don't really notice as they are also hauling books upstairs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But both Arrow and Arcana, I think, have a high enough passive perception to notice it. Yeah.
I kind of slowly shake him, like what's going on.
Just a bit of shock. The name Devil's Tongue does something to me.
But yeah, have you ever been to Devil's Tongue?
Yes, I have.
Does that help us in lifting the curse?
I think not.
Right.
Well,
So
I
you
don't
were saying.
think either. In the studies that I've done, I came across this, and with his hands still shackled, he reaches in an inside pocket and has a torn piece of paper in it.
I'll
As
walk up to him.
he hands it
Yeah.
over to you.
I don't take the paper. I'll take his longsword and his crossbow.
His crossbow is
I'll
still
wave-
down in the basement in the water,
Right.
but the longsword is still on
His-
his back.
So I'll take that from his sheath.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set that at the other side of the room,
Sure.
and then I'll unshackle him.
All right. So you unshackle. You take the longsword, put it in a corner, unshackle him. As he rubs his wrists for a bit. All right.
And I'll
Thank
say,
you.
so let's talk on similar terms, right?
Thank you.
Just
You-
making sure. Precautions.
I'm starting to regret I shot you. Not yet, but starting to.
The paper. In one of the trips that I get.
Where are you?
I'm
They-
rolling. I think. How many books are there? Because I don't know if it takes that long.
No, it's probably just one trip for the documents, one trip for the books or something.
Eh.
It's not that much. There are like 3 or 4 tomes
Okay,
written
so
in
we,
language you don't recognize.
We start to sit with the other crew.
Sure.
And he,
As I see the books coming, do I recognize the other language?
Sure. What languages do Arrow, Hakan, and Akira speak? Let's start with Akira.
I speak, Draconic is my other language.
Okay. Arrow?
Speak a couple of languages. Why do you need to know?
Because they're hauling up books. I mean.
Cool. I'm not looking at the books.
Oh, you're
I'm
not looking at them.
interested in
Then
books.
don't bother. Hakan, are you looking at the
speak,
books?
Common, Elvish, and Druidic.
All right. Akira, you actually do speak a language on these books, and that is Draconic. The tomes that are in Draconic, they're kind of moldy, like most of the books down there were, and sticking together. But most of these books are more on the arcane studies, as most of arcane languages are written in Draconic. But
Okay.
there is one book that actually has the text artificial contraptions on the side of it, and there is a book about also about some of the archaeological digs related to some of the draconic homes of the elders, of the ones that they killed and found in their hoards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's
The-
also a book that lists spell components, diagrams, stuff like that, which kind of looks like to you like a spell book.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
But continuing your conversation with Simmons.
yes, he got some paper.
Yeah, he has a piece of paper that is torn on the top of it. And he hands it over to whoever wants to
I'll
take
take
it. All right.
Sure.
You look at it and you kind of recognize the handwriting that is on it and some of the drawings that you noticed on the documents that you found in the Temple of the Sailor.
Yeah.
It looks like this is a page detailing hypotheses and stuff like that on how to dissolve the curse.
What does it describe?
The description of it describes a ritual where a person afflicted by the curse has to sacrifice themselves in a ritual in a place afflicted by the curse, basically taking the curse upon himself and destroying it.
Okay.
And there are a few components needed for it. One of them is the crystal, of course, and the person afflicted by the curse.
Yes.
Another one is a piece of silver, but not like money or anything, but
Oh.
like
I have a silver coin.
it talks
Sucking
about
silver coins.
about either a silver bracelet or necklace embedded with runes.
Oh no.
And there's also some spell components that you would normally use in. Let me quickly check that I'm saying the right things here.
Bat poo.
Person, the crystal.
Some incense and-
Yeah,
silver.
like incense, incense and some herbs,
Okay.
like just basically setting up a
Do you
a
share this
ritualistic
Yeah.
thingy.
location? Do you share what's on the paper with us?
I'll give it to Corgan and go, this is more of your thing.
Yeah, like kind of hold it upside down.
No, no.
Too bad I can't read Draconic though.
Oh,
No, no,
is
no.
it?
That
No,
thing
it's
is not a
Draconic.
draconic, is it?
No,
No,
the
no,
no,
I couldn't read
the
it.
torn piece of paper is actually written in common, like the rest of the
Oh, no.
documents that you found
What
in
I-
the.
Yeah.
See, this makes way more sense when you turn it right
This
side
looks
up.
like. Is it? If I look at it, does it look like the exact other half of the paper that Captain Horatio had that was torn down that stopped exactly at the point where the solution to
Yeah,
the curse was? Okay.
it does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Well,
But
Yeah.
So who is the curse bestowed upon?
Well,
All of us?
I-
think.
No one
well,
yet.
no, not you. You don't look the part, at least.
It's either the captain
I would.
Someone here.
or it is used.
Well, that is kinda. I kinda feel like an asshole that I had to do this. I brought the crystal here in an attempt to create a cursed location.
Yeah, this is so.
And
this is now a.
yeah, it
Okay.
is. And I did that explicitly here so I could call upon the closest vessel or person that would be called to the crystal as part of the curse. However, I don't think Horatio, as a person afflicted by it, he would be one of those that would have to be persuaded in taking the curse upon himself. But
I know a very simple way of doing that. Where were the shackles again?
Oh, right here.
The thing
Put
is,
them on, please.
if I read
On
it,
me? Why
Does
on
it-
me?
No.
no,
On
well,
Simmons.
technically,
read the-
I'm not afflicted.
I know.
you
As
inflicted
the-
it upon others.
Well, the crystal. Well, yeah, okay, I did. However, because the crystal it called upon the Fair Maiden's voyage and thus its crew, that means
They are
that
cursed,
Horatio was the owner of the crystal for a while, so I would say that he is probably the person we need. However, I've been here for a while and I can't really think of a way to persuade him
Like I
in
said, I know a
doing
way, but
this.
Well, before we do that, we must make sure that we have all the components to do this,
yes.
so that if we persuade it, we can do it instantly. So
Agreed.
the crystal.
We only need a
have-
piece of silver.
First of all, I reach in my backpack. Check.
If I
Simmons's eyes go wide, and he just stares at
push
it in disbelief, like, I've been searching for that thing for 2 years.
Yeah.
Guys, what did I tell you about showing that thing to
Yeah.
people?
Where did you
And
where did you
giving
find
all the
it?
information.
Yeah.
I think we can trust this one.
I think I know where a piece
Maybe.
of silver is. A silver piece of jewelry.
With runes on
Yeah,
it.
we do, right?
There is a certain skeleton underwater.
No. No.
Well,
Yeah.
that
We'll find another one.
That has a silver
sounds
bracelet.
lovely. That sounds bad, but I think there. I can't think of any other ones.
Well, we could go to
I mean,
the
I
apartments and
used
look
to have
there,
a piece of
but-
silver jewelry, but I gave it to my wife on my last voyage as a memorable.
And
probably
she might
still
have
has
given it to her child, and it was passed on again, and then ended up on the bottom of a sea.
Wait, are you telling me my granddaughter is dead at the bottom of the ocean?
Yes.
Yeah, only.
Well,
Maybe.
Technically,
He
she's a ghost.
Technically,
he
she's not.
sinks into his chair and puts his face in his hands and
Yeah,
just
the thing
starts
that we've-
sobbing
yeah.
uncontrollably.
The thing that we found out about the curse
What
is
have I
that
done?
you couldn't
yeah,
have known.
what have you done?
The thing we found out about the curse is that when it only
didn't
affected
know.
people that were born on this island, so your daughter is potentially fine because she was born elsewhere, right?
You just told me she's dead.
No, your
it's
granddaughter.
Oh,
your granddaughter.
She was born here, and she
Idea.
leapt to the sea when the curse came. Your daughter is potentially still here.
I don't even know her name.
I know. It's
No.
I
Yeah,
hoped maybe
your
she would have
granddaughter's
gone
name is-
on.
your Cassandra.
we know. I'm confused. Are we talking about your daughter or your granddaughter?
His daughter is
Geraldine.
Alive?
his
dau-
daughter is
his
still
daughter is Geraldine.
alive. That is
Gerald.
Geraldine Simmons.
Yeah, because
She's still alive in the
Last-
at
that's
least at
his
least-
daughter's Geraldine,
Yeah.
right? And his granddaughter is Giselle.
no, his granddaughter is Cassandra. His wife
Oh,
is
right.
Giselle.
Yeah. His daughter is Giselle, and his his wife is Giselle.
Giselle,
His
yeah.
wife is Giselle. That she died in '64.
Yeah, and his daughter is Geraldine.
Yeah.
His
So
daughter is Geraldine.
is still alive, and
Yes.
Cassandra passed away.
Yes, Cassandra
far
is
as-
resting on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, as far as we know,
Yeah.
Geraldine is still alive. Simmons,
Yeah.
and her child might have died. There were like wanted posters around the city 2 years ago. Don't know if you've seen them.
I haven't. I tried to make my way around town as little as possible. I mean, if I
Okay.
encountered the drowned or sailor forbid Horatio, I would be a dead man.
Yeah, I know. But I was not before that. Like before it started, when you came to the island.
I didn't know they
Trying
were
to-
here. I
Okay.
hoped they weren't. I mean, I don't even know how they ended up here. That's,
I
It's the
think it's
crystal.
I-
You
well,
did it.
no, I mean my wife.
Oh,
I
right.
left her on the mainland on the last voyage.
Yeah, but then it's tank, right?
So I guess she came here. I didn't know that. I mean, her brother lived here, so I guess that's why.
Walter.
No, I am Walter.
Oh,
her
Gerald, sorry,
brother
Gerald.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Gerald's last name.
Yeah.
Gerald's last name. Corpseborn. Not really a friendly family name, so
No.
no. It's not like her family was bad or anything. They had this weird, like a
Family
great
tree.
like a great grandfather or something who was like one of the generals for one of the dragons. So it's kind of was a
Right.
nickname that became a family name, and well, yeah. So the
Okay.
moment she got a chance and we married, she took mine, of course. I mean, you don't.
Yeah, I
you
would
don't,
see why that would happen.
Yeah, you don't really want to be called corpseborn.
I get that. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
So, what now?
So
Start
Probably
looking for the other
go-
pieces. I know. What's his face again? Has a component pouch. Kotas.
yes,
Mhm.
that's right.
Maybe he can help us if he has the components we need.
Yeah, we do need the silver bracelets
Yeah.
eventually.
Maybe Kothos has a silver bracelet as well.
yeah.
Be
I
a specific one though.
we can also go to the people that are in the apartments to see if they've got anything silver. To see if we explain that we
silver
can break
embedded
this.
with runes.
Yeah, the runes have to be carved into it.
Yeah, we
Cor
can carve the
probably
carve
So
these
it can be
ourselves.
a bracelet, it can be a necklace, just any piece of silver that you can wear. A ring would also work.
Okay.
Yeah, I can literally do that if I have like a couple of days time. I can literally create stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
If I have silver though, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can give you some coins, but
But you say it would take
yeah,
you
that's not enough.
Would that work?
days.
I don't.
yeah.
I don't think we have days.
Why don't you think we have days? You've been here
Well-
for 2 years. Why is the time going faster now? Why do we need to move fast?
Well, you found me. No one did in 2 years, but you did. So I guess it's only a
Well-
matter of time now before.
If you want to go back in hiding, that's fine by us.
And what happens if
No,
they find
no,
you?
no.
They will kill me.
Yes.
I don't want to die.
Well, you do
That
deserve
I
it,
understand, but doesn't that also solve an issue with the curse? Maybe I don't know. I don't know how this
I
works.
don't
But,
think me
He's
dying.
not the one cursed.
but why are they? Why do they want to kill you then?
I think because they feel betrayed in some kind. Because I didn't go down with them. I guess.
Well, you did abandon ship in a way.
That's true.
Very true.
So
If I can I read the paper again?
sure.
And I want to focus because the way that I understood it is that the person needs to be willing to sacrifice themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, how the ritual is described. The person has to wear the jewelry on an altar with a crystal placed on top of them. After which a magical ritual has to be completed. After which the person has to willingly consume the curse into their body to destroy it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that sounds like it's not something we can trick someone into.
No. This is gonna be such a headache.
So,
But it's not. It's worth not living in this rainy hellhole
Yeah.
full of fish.
Are you willing to sacrifice yourself?
We are not the ones cursed, Turtle.
We don't need to sacrifice ourselves because
I would be
I
willing to
still don't
sacrifice myself if it would have helped something.
yeah.
So, someone that has the curse signed upon them
yeah.
needs to sacrifice themselves to accept the curse? Why?
I don't know. I didn't make it. I think
They're
it's just.
already
I-
cursed.
I
so
I
what,
think
why
it's
do
kind
we
of an
pay it?
irony. I think it's kind of
I-
an irony. Like, most of them who are cursed will just
Right, yeah.
will
If-
just
if-
die, and so the curse can't be lifted. And as long as that crystal is passing hand to hand, it will keep cursing people until the rightful owner has it back.
Yeah, it's like an irony, like rain on your wedding day.
Yeah.
I've
However,
been in contact with this crystal for days now.
You're
Could be
cursed.
possible that I am cursed.
would you be willing to try and sacrifice yourself?
I'm. If I know for sure that this can save my friends and I'm cursed, I would, yes.
It would most likely kill you.
I know. But my duty has always been to save people and to protect them. Until I die.
yeah, but
Actually, very
there's
noble.
That's
I mean,
that's
there-
why
there
I
is
always
not-
go first into
there is
rooms.
not-
That's why I always check,
There's
etc.
not really a clear cut on to know if you're cursed or not.
This is weird.
We are also like kind of cursed, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Maybe we are immune to the curse.
That's possible.
because we shifted.
Maybe, or
Can
maybe that's
can I check
part
on
of
the
the curse.
crystal? I mean, it's still
I'm not
it's probably
sure.
still sitting on the table, like right in front of you or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to
Yeah,
do with it?
Well, to me, it looks inactive. When Horatio had it, it was always kind of glowing and bright pink.
Yeah, that's the last time I touched it. It was still bright pink.
You had a.
When you touched
a
it, it was already
premonition.
in the wreckage of the.
No. I touched it when it was going on sale.
No,
That
After.
started this whole
no,
sequence, I
after.
believe.
No.
You touched it.
shifted,
You
and then
touched
you
it when it
touched
was
it
in the
normal.
wreckage of the thing. It was already
yeah,
inert
true,
then.
True. Yeah. No, I haven't touched it when it was working.
But you did get a premonition. Does that mean that you've been touched by the curse?
Yeah, I got this vision or something.
Horatio never talked about visions.
Or something, I don't know. I was in somebody else's body. I don't know what it was.
Wait, in whose body were you?
Yours, I think?
No. Wasn't it the captain's
You
that
were-
you said?
Yeah, he was in the captain's.
Oh, I was in the captain's
that is
body.
because you can recognize Simon because you looked through
yeah,
Horatio's
that's why-
eyes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you
I
saw
was in the
Simon's.
captain's body. I was in the captain's body.
Then I guess the captain is our man.
What did you say? You fell
You
away
cut
at the
out.
last second.
I guess the captain is our man then.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure looks like it.
while we
Yeah.
think on that, and I rather stay inside and let you do the dirty work if you don't mind.
I mean, I do, but you're no
The
good to us dead.
captain
So.
said
If-
there was
if-
only
when
Guys,
when
if
we
I
go
remember
and
correctly, the
confront
captain didn't trust
Horatio,
us.
I mean,
Oh no, definitely
No.
not.
I have an idea. You
Well,
gather what we need,
hmm?
Yeah,
then bring me to him
we can
as
do that.
a
Yeah.
Yeah, we know where he
offer
is.
of kind will, and
Mm.
maybe then he can accept what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I believe we guys. I huddle up a bit. So like,
Mhm.
I believe we already spoke to the dude, right?
Yeah,
That,
and
And
he
only
he
said
does
that he
want
would
the
trusted us when he wants the curse lifted himself as well.
yeah,
Said
he
he
wanted
only
the
Yeah.
curse
wanted.
lifted as well.
Yeah,
He
and
said because he had the other piece of the paper.
I speak, please, instead of being
Sorry.
interrupted. And he also said that he would only trust us if we brought Simmons to him. I believe.
True.
So I think we have the perfect solution here, if we have all the components to do this.
but how do you want to tie them together?
Tie them together.
Like
He
how,
said. Mm, he just said, Simmons just
Yeah.
said that he would want to, if we gathered everything, that he would try to persuade the captain. Right?
And I just
Yeah.
hope he doesn't kill me on the spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing though. If he does, then
But
we're
If he does, I'll jump in front, no matter what.
if
No, what?
if there is a
Um,
way to lift this curse from this place that I apparently inflicted on my daughter, and I didn't know,
and your
I
granddaughter.
I can be able to sacrifice myself. I mean, I'm a walking dead man as it is, so
Yes. Okay.
we can do like a fair trade with the captain. We can try to do that so he doesn't kill you instantly. But what
Yeah,
can we
maybe.
ask him in return?
we can try.
Mhm.
But as you
Well,
go,
we have a solution and we have you.
but first we need the ingredients for the ritual.
Yes. Let's
Let's
just
get that first.
let's get those first,
Yeah.
and then after that,
I will leave
come back
you
here.
to it then and hide myself in the basement for a little bit longer,
Yes.
reading a bit.
I mean, you've been here 2 years, so you can wait a bit longer.
That's true.
So it might be a couple of days until we have everything gathered, but
Just
we'll
Well,
do our best.
come find
to be
me.
Should I?
fair, the only thing we really need is a silver bracelet. Silver jewelry thing.
We don't know if Kelfos has all the components we need.
That's fair.
Yeah, true.
Should I? And my character like leans over, thinking. He like glances over at Tomatron. Should I leave you here, buddy? Like not expecting like an answer, but
He just stares at you blankly, waiting for a command in some form.
I
You
can
think
make sure that you're safe here until we return. But that would mean that
I think a
That-
giant copper whatever this is actually reveals my location a bit easier.
Put him
if you-
6 doors down.
That's possible.
yeah, you might be right.
Alright.
Yeah, so let's now just go search for the components,
Yes.
and then we'll come back in a couple of days when we're done.
Yes. You leave the house and Simmons behind you, preparing to find what you're looking for. And with that, we're going to take a quick break.
Sick.
So
Awesome.
we're going to be back in about, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a quick drink and stuff like that as well. So I'm going to see and hear you guys in a bit.
Yes.
See ya.
See you soon.
See you.
All right, and we are back.
Yes.
All right.
So,
I can see the desktop audio, so that also works. Great. So,
Yay.
you just left Snoor's Elwyn house after meeting Walter Simmons.
I guess it's Simmons' house now.
Kind of. Going on your way to try and find the components you need for the ritual to attempt and break the curse that is placed upon this crystal.
Yeah.
So, where do you wish to go first?
how do
Let's-
we want to go about this? Because we can go underwater and try
No, we
and
can't
take.
go on the water. We will die.
You can't. We can.
we can,
Um,
yes.
we can, excluding our scaredy cat, go underwater.
I'm a
And
tabaxi, thank you.
yeah, that's what I said, scaredy cat. And to try and take the silver bracelet from the girl
You
from.
could also try and ask at the apartment, see if anybody has.
Yeah, I'm going towards that one because how long will it take for you to make something? For you to make a silver
I mean,
think orc.
I do need a heat source, but I can use some of my magic, and I don't know how long. Like my character would probably know, but me as a player, I don't. I'm not 100% sure.
I am quickly checking for you.
Wouldn't it be
Let's
jeweler's
see.
tools or jeweler's kit? Well,
I mean,
artificer could also do
if
it.
you if you're just looking to make a bracelet or a necklace out of some silver coins, that would probably just maybe take you like 2-3 hours with jeweler's tools. If you're proficient with jeweler's tools, if you have jeweler's tools. It would simply be some silver coins, melting them into a shape. Actually, carving the runes into them is probably going to take a bit more time.
I can create tools, so I think I can create jeweler tools as well. Doesn't specify like any specific tools, if I'm correct.
Let's see. You've learned how to produce exactly the tool you need. With thieves' tools or artisan tools in hand, you can magically create one set of artisan tools in an occupied space within 5 feet of you. This creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short or long rest. So, if you want to make jeweler's tools, you can. It will take you an hour. And you need either artisan tools or thieves' tools to do it.
You always have these tools as an artificer.
Yeah, and I also have artisan tools as well.
So yes, if you want, you can make a jeweler's kit and spend some time with silver coins to make a silver item if you want.
Yeah, let's say that I took the paper that had the thing that we took it with us. Are the runes that need to be on the item on there?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So it's just match and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If we do this, I have 6 silver on hand.
Yeah, I've got some silver coins.
I've none.
Thanks for your input, Aaron.
I only have gold.
And
Thanks for your input.
I think there should be silver at the inn.
Right, yeah.
Money is not used for anything, because who buys stuff when you can just go fish when there's only fish?
Why make a silver bracelet? Probably someone has one laying around.
Oh yeah, we could also like check the apartment first.
Yeah, let's just ask
It does
around.
save some time.
It saves a lot of time.
But I mean, yeah, it saves a lot of time. But we have a backup plan in case they don't.
Yeah.
Just know that Giselle's the dead girl's mother is at the apartments. If we go there, I think that we don't tell her about
Simmons.
Simmons,
Or that
right? About her
child.
father.
Yeah, no, that doesn't seem like a good plan either.
Yeah, and I
No.
think she might know about her daughter because she's been seen at the grave of her father.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But let's not talk about Simmons.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, honestly, kind of disappointed that you blabbermouth keep
Yeah.
talking, sharing information.
Hey, I nudged you in this stomach for blabbermouthing, and
One.
I also did it to
And don't do it
our kid
yourself.
and arrow. I know, but it's difficult.
I've
See?
never
And
shared
don't
any
poke me.
information in my life.
No, no,
Um,
that's
no.
right. That's
Yes, I shared information with him. That's right, but that was because he seemed at least trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
And
entirely sure, but he's kind of trapped in a basement, so I don't know if he has any reason to lie.
yeah,
It's fair as
also
well.
kind of fair.
I don't understand the guy anyway. He's scared of being killed by the guy, and then he's almost dead
And-
anyway. It's like,
by the way, there were a couple of books on some arcane shit in Draconic, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What were they about?
One was about artificial contraptions.
Huh?
One was a spell book, I guess.
All right.
The others I don't remember on the top of my head.
There was a
Sounds
third
like
one that was about
Archaeological
archaeological digs in Elder Dragon Lairs.
I think it's been like a couple of minutes. My character has -1 intelligence. You would have just known a couple.
I figured you took the books and documents with you, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So you can check if you want.
Yeah, so
It's-
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So this is the one about the contraptions. This is the one that looked like a spellbook to me. Although, does my character know what a spellbook is actually? As just a fighter.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, you know the language Draconic, and you look through it, and basically there are a lot of arcane symbols, diagrams, spell components, magic words, gibberish, mumbo jumbo. So make an Arcana check. See if you can
Arcana.
figure out if this is a spell book or not, or if this just looks
5.
like. Yeah, this just looks like gibberish to you. You have no idea what it is.
This book just contains gibberish. Don't know what it is, but this one
Might
says
be
something
fun.
about artificial contraptions, and this one says something about archaeological diggings at dragon sites.
Might be interesting. Can I have
Yeah, I
those? They
think-
might.
No,
They're in
you
Draconic.
want
I
them?
don't know if you can read that.
I would like to keep onto the second book. You can have the
Oh,
other
the
two, but
artificial one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant. Because I thought you want the artificial.
Yeah,
The archaeological. I maybe I can learn Draconic from them. Teach myself.
You can try and teach yourself. It's gonna take a while, and it's gonna require checks.
Yep. Sure.
Fair enough.
Okay, so let's keep.
Also,
on
you
going.
would need a translation to actually learn a language because you just can't read a language and understand what it says.
Yeah,
Just like with Dutch and English, if you don't speak English and you read English words, you don't magically know what the Dutch words are for it.
Yeah,
True.
so I,
It takes time, but you do eventually learn it. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's because you start working with a translation of the work.
Nope. You can learn without.
True,
I
but it's
work
gonna
with
take.
kids. I
but
do this
it's-
all the time.
It's gonna take more time
kids
though.
can.
True.
It's
Fair.
definitely
It
gonna
takes a
take some
lot
time.
of
Not
time.
that much.
It takes a lot of time.
It,
But that's
Adults
out of
that
character.
know already a language, yeah, no. you work it back from a known language.
Fair. Yeah.
True.
Anyway,
But
Anyways.
anyway, I can help you with that probably. I know a bit of Draconic.
Oh, that's good. You can teach me.
I will try. But first task at hand. So
Yeah.
let's go to the apartment building and ask if anybody has a silver chain for the ritual. Or
Right.
a ring or something.
I see one flaw in the plan, though. We are people that they don't know. We just show up and say, hey, we know how to fix this. Give us some silver.
Yeah. Okay,
What is the problem?
let's go to Kothas and ask if he can help us.
Why don't we just go to the cash register in any shops?
It would be nice if there's already a bracelet, so we don't have to waste time in.
Is there like a
Yeah.
jeweler
Creating.
store? Jewelry.
I mean, I'd reckon that we looted already.
Well, there's no use for the silver.
That's true.
I mean, what if you get out of here at some
Yeah,
point? Maybe that is useful
Mm-hmm.
with that money stuff.
With my knowledge of the city, is there like a jeweler?
In one of the back ways of town, there's a small jeweler shop. But that you know of at least, because Fort Castra doesn't. It's like a trading hub, but it doesn't really trade in like precious gems and jewels. Like sometimes diamonds from the diamond mines on Deos come through, but that's rarely. So you're not sure what comes through.
Okay.
But there is a small jeweler store.
Okay.
So let's first check the jeweler store.
Yeah.
I actually don't know where it is. I'm not a man of jewelry, so could anybody else show the way, please?
Oh yeah, I know where it is.
All right, you
Okay.
make your way southwards, kind of to the edge of what could be considered lesser parts of town. Not really slums, but more like one-story houses, not really well decorated, for
Working class.
Working class. And it takes you a little bit because you don't often visit a jeweler. But after about half an hour to an hour wandering around, you find a small store, maybe like 10 feet wide, with a single door crammed between two living spaces that says the jeweler's cut above the door in like a hanging sign that it's hanging off its hinges. The door is unlocked, so you can simply walk in. As you walk in, it's dusty, it's moldy, it looks ransacked. Like there are a few glass cases with broken glass lying around it, and it looks deserted.
I'd like to investigate everything, see if there's anything left.
Sure, roll an investigation check.
Investigation 2.
2. You're searching and searching, and at one point you think, "Oh, this might be no, that's glass. This, that, no, that's glass as well." And you see something shining on the ground, and you think that looks silvery, and you reach for it, and you cut your finger on a piece of glass. You don't find any silver jewelry, unfortunately.
There seems to be nothing here, just a ransacked place.
It was worth a try. I'd hate to take like stuff from the people that live here.
Yeah. Is there like any book not like it's any help to us, but is there like any book of like jewelry design or something? Just like out of interest.
Roll an investigation check.
That's a natural one.
You do a quick scan of the room, checking for any kind of book, and you don't see any, unfortunately.
I think Akira's right. There's really nothing left here, like at all.
So next step, go to back to the restaurant. Ask Kilfas if he can help us.
Yeah.
Like for a piece of jewelry. Maybe he knows someone, something.
Yeah, it's either that or I can just go start my process of creating the kit and then creating the jewelry.
I still think it saves time if we only have to embed the runes at this point.
Probably right. Yeah.
We can just ask, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Ask Nicholson.
Asking is for free, right? So
A no is a certainty. Yes is always a possibility.
yes. So let's just go back for now. On our way back, eat our sandwiches.
What time of day is it? Actually.
With wandering around, crossing the city, talking to Maan and Simmons, it's about close to 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah, and for some fish sandwiches.
Yes.
Oh boy, more
Fish and
fish
chip.
sandwiches.
So I open
I
up my
would probably
package.
eat good berries.
Is this the salmon on top and bottom, or is
It
this
is.
the same as?
It is. It's the new variant. It's the salmon tuna salmon instead of the tuna
Yeah.
salmon
You
tuna.
could put some good berries on the sandwich too. Delicious.
Yeah.
Well, what are good berries?
I will introduce you to the wonderful world of good berries right now. And
Okay.
I cast the good berry spell.
Sure.
All right.
You create 10 thick, plump, delicious-looking berries in the palm of your hand.
Here.
At least
Wait, you can do that.
I thought it was 10, right?
I believe so as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wait,
good
you could do
berry.
that all
So, I mean,
along?
Up
Yes,
to
I
10.
could.
So you can
Why would
decide.
you ask?
It could be 10. It could be 5. It's up to 10.
So
You do that earlier.
I grab one, I squeeze it a little, put it on the top of it, and take a bite.
All right. You kind of feel revitalized after eating your good berry fish sandwich, and you restore 1 hit point.
Thanks.
Blueberry
I,
fish sandwiches.
Yeah.
Really nasty, really.
I take one of the jars of dried fruit from my bag and I open it and I'm like, does anyone want an extra snack with their sandwich?
Yeah.
What kind of fruit do you have?
I smell it. What is it?
You have 3 jars with you. The one that you
Yeah.
just opened, you sniff it, and it smells like dried oranges.
Ooh, dried orange. It's really
I-
chewy. It's nice.
I take some of the orange.
It's chewy.
I have
It's a
it.
bit. It's a bit sweet.
go.
It's a bit sour. It's tasty.
Mm.
Way better than a fish goodberry sandwich.
To be fair, they can make some like. It's good with fish as well.
Are they dried or are they preserved?
Dry.
Dried.
Okay.
So they're crispy.
Going off the effect of good berries, I'm full now, right?
Yes.
Also true. Yes.
No,
Enough
thank you.
nourishment for an entire day.
Good.
I explain what good berries do. So if you eat a good berry, then you will no longer need food for the entire day. So theoretically, I could feed a party of 10 people just for an entire day for just one handful of good berries.
So we can have fish and your berries.
And
Yes,
dried
but
fruits.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but those
there's
dried
something.
fruit will probably run out.
There's something very nice about eating, you know. If you don't, if you just eat good berries, it just gets really boring.
Yeah, so
Well,
I
eating
guess I'll try
fish
it just for
and
taste.
fish and fish and fish and fish and fish and it gets
I mean,
boring as well.
We've only been eating fish for a few days. It's fine.
Mix it up every once in a while. It's okay.
And we
So
got these delicious fruits now, so we need to be careful with them, so we don't eat all of them immediately.
Yeah, I do want to give them to Kothos so he can use them sparingly in his meals.
I try just for taste. I'll take a little one of the oranges out and taste it.
It's crispy. It's a bit chewy, sweet and sour at the same time. It's tasty.
Very tasty. Almost like some kind of sweet or something.
How old are these oranges anyway?
2 years,
At least.
at least.
So they're very chewy.
They're dried, so it's fine.
I mean,
They
even
are
after
really dry.
I think they start to lose flavor at that point.
Eh.
I mean, compared to the fact that you've been eating fish for 3 days straight, this is a welcome change.
Yes.
As you've
That's
been
true.
walking and talking, you reach the Oriental Seahorse after numbing on your sandwiches. You enter and you see Kothos sitting alone at the table in the middle of the room, playing with a deck of cards. As you enter, he looks up and he goes, "Oh, great, you're back."
As I walk in, I say, I think you were waiting there very patiently.
Well, yes, I guess.
At least, if I look at his cards, what was he playing?
He was playing like a single person game where he has to
Like a game
Patience?
of patience.
yes. Oh, I get the fun now. Oh wow, that was damn.
Yeah, that took me a while.
We call it patience in Dutch, but that's just because Dutch people don't know English.
That took a while. That took a while for me to get. All right.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh
No,
dear.
it's a good
It
joke.
took a while to get it. Yep.
I won't get over this tonight.
Did you call it patience all your life and that you now realize that it's called patience?
No, I know that in English is patience, but all right.
All right.
You know we have the
I think
pun
we should
guy
end
in
it here
our
at the low
party.
point.
Like,
All right. He.
I walk over to Kothos and
Yeah.
I open my bag and I plop out the 3 jars and I open my handkerchief and I hand him some mushrooms.
Where did you get these?
We looted some houses.
Wow.
we
Like
can trade them
deserted.
for
fun.
silver
I
bracelet.
guess
bracelet.
deserted ones, right? It's not like
Yes.
you loot this from
Sure.
living people.
No.
No,
okay,
deserted ones.
It was just an empty house. There was like a layer of dust this big on it.
Okay, then it's all right, I guess.
Can I play my music?
These
And
look
these are
pretty
couch
good.
mushrooms.
Couch mushrooms.
They were growing on a couch.
That does not sound safe to eat.
I don't know. Well, they
Yeah.
look safe to me.
Kothos checks them out for a moment. Yeah, I have no idea what these are.
It looked good to eat to me.
You know what? Maybe I'll make a stew out of these tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I mean, it
Sure, that
would
sounds
be
like a plan.
like a lovely fish, fruit, mushroom stew or something.
No, don't put fish in it. Everyone has eaten fish.
Well, then
do.
I mean, I don't
Mushroom
really
stew.
have any vegetables or something, so I can't really
Just
make a
mushrooms
vegetable
is fine, right?
like a
Yeah.
mushroom stew. Yeah, I could try.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Just use the hallucinogenic mushrooms as the main ingredient. That
I
sounds like a
give
good-
Wait,
him a stomp. Just-
Wait, you're
don't
telling
tell
me that
everything.
these are hallucinogenic?
No, definitely
Oh no,
not.
it was out of character.
Those are...
I did-
Oh, that was that.
Oh,
Okay,
you didn't
okay,
tell us.
okay. let's make
Or,
sure that when you say something out of
total.
character, that you say that you're saying it out of character. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stay in character and assume that you said it in character.
Yeah, fair.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
that's good to keep in mind.
No,
So
Hakan didn't explain it to us, so I doubt that he knows
Yeah,
the core.
we
What
don't
did I
know.
not explain to you?
I think he
do,
did.
What?
do you
because
know
that's
what
the
these
same thing.
are? Hakan, was it right?
What are?
These mushrooms. I have no idea, and they just said that you might know what these are.
Oh, yes, I do know what they are. They're used in rituals.
So they are edible.
Interesting.
I
So
mean,
we
they're
can
edible.
eat them.
Yes, you can eat them.
Do they have
so
some
I
side
can
effects?
use them in a
They
stew.
were hallucinogenic, right?
Mm.
They are hallucinogenic
Yeah.
inducing, yeah.
Well, they will give you how should I put this? Visions. And I do not recommend it as a snack.
So they make you hallucinate.
Yes.
Let's
In a
not
sense, yes.
let's not make a stew out of those then. And he puts it back on the table on the piece
Could
of
be a
cloth.
great party.
I mean,
just
perhaps
forgetting
the-
once where you are, right?
But
They can be kind of tasty.
I mean,
enough of the chit chat. Let's stick to the case, please.
I'm not
Right.
really into these kind
Silver
of
bracelet,
things.
please.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we're looking for a silver piece of jewelry to complete
Didn't
the
we trade
ritual,
these
so we
mushrooms
can lift
against a
this
silver
curse.
bracelet?
I have a little bit of silverware, like forks.
I can.
I
bend
don't have.
the fork.
I don't really have any jewelry, however.
Yeah, we tried the jeweler's shop, but it was ransacked a while ago.
Yeah,
Um,
figured as much. End of the world, people.
Yeah, could you maybe talk to the others? Maybe they have a piece of silver jewelry for us.
I mean, I could ask Gillidan when he gets back here to check around the apartment complex, I guess.
Yeah?
But what do you need a
Yeah.
piece of silver
What?
jewelry for?
I'm working on one of my new spells, and that's one of the components.
Oh, interesting. I'm not really a. Well, I am a practitioner of the arcane, but I'm not really into working on new stuff, I guess. But you do you, I guess.
We're
But-
also looking for some other components for the spell. Maybe
Like,
you have them laying around?
I have some spell ingredients. It depends on what you're looking for.
Does my character know on the top of his head what we're looking for?
Make an intelligence check.
That will be a no.
That will be a no. An 8.
You don't know.
I
Does
think it
anybody
was
still-
incense.
You kind of do remember that it is, however, written on the piece of paper you have with you.
It was on this piece of paper somewhere. Where did we leave it? Guys, where's the paper
Oh.
of the spell?
I think I gave it to Cork.
Yeah, cork.
Orc?
I have it here with me, and I
All right.
pull it out of my breast pocket.
And I punch him.
Ah! What the hell?
So, what were the other ingredients?
The other spell components that you need, so there is the silver jewelry piece. You also need 1 pound of the 1 pound of coral, and you need about 5 gold pieces worth of incense that has to be burned during the
That's
ritual.
we consumed during the ritual. We're looking for a couple pounds of coal.
Coral.
Coral, did you say?
Yes, coral.
Oh, coral, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
A silver bracelet. a silver piece of jewelry, and 5 gold's worth of incense. Do you perhaps anything of that?
I might be able to provide you with the incense. I can check in my components pouch and such. Haven't touched it in a while, so not sure. I guess if you need coral, you can go swim in the harbor and see if you can harvest some there, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's I think how much do you need?
Quite a lot.
What is quite a lot? Like 10 kilos a lot, or
Yes.
that
A
is
co-
I don't have
pound?
10 kilos of coral lying around randomly.
How much pounds was it again? Because I don't remember.
It was 1 pound.
Well, 1 pound is what we need.
Yeah, I don't
1
really
pound
have
of
that
coral?
lying around as well. That's quite a hefty bit of coral that you need. So I guess you could get that off the ocean floor, hopefully. Let me check if I have the incense for you real quick. As he stands up from the table, leaving his card game unattended, he walks to his room in the back. You hear him rummaging around for a moment.
While he does that,
Yeah.
I'll take out 2 cards of his deck. He will never end that game.
All right.
Wow, that's. Are you chaotic evil by any chance?
No. Just fun.
After about a minute or two, he comes back with a small pouch about that big and plops it on the table. I hope this is enough. As one of you opens the bag, quickly checks inside, and there is about 5 gold pieces worth of incense in it.
Thanks. So on to the bottom of the ocean it is, I guess.
Wait, you're leaving
Yep.
already again? I guess you're busy,
Yeah.
folk. I mean,
Yeah, you made it so we could breathe underwater for 24 hours, so let's make use of that, I guess.
yeah, that's true, I guess. Well, I guess be safe and be home for dinner, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe I can do something with the fruit, like marinate the fish in it or something.
That would be nice.
I can try and see what I can whip up.
Cool.
It's been a while since I cooked anything
Sure,
else
you'll
than
find-
fish, but I guess you can't really unlearn cooking, I hope. So
No.
I guess I see you in the
probably
evening
won't.
I'm
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Alright, I'll get back
See
to
you
my
in a
card
bit.
game as he picks up the deck, reshuffles it, and starts picking cards from it, trying to lay them on the table as you leave the tavern. It's late in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The rain is pouring down more heavily now. And you make your way to the harbor, I guess?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, you make your way to the harbor. You, without really any problems, you reach it. You don't encounter any of the drowned or whatever. As you reach the harbor, you check around real quick. Fair Maiden's Voyage is still there. The ocean is a little bit disturbed. It feels like a storm is brewing and waves are crashing more heavily into the dockside.
Mm-hmm.
It's roiling a bit. No, winter is not coming. Winter, well, from when you from the time that you left, it was towards the end of winter. Actually, you're not sure which
Ah.
month of the year it
That
is right
was
now
great.
because you never asked someone, I believe. But technically, winter should be ending. Actually,
What was the Game of?
I know it was a Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah, I think we should hurry up before the sea gets too rough.
True.
Maybe anchor yourself to the automatron. Make sure you don't go out into the bay.
Well, we know where definitely to find coral if we can't find any in the bay.
Yes.
True.
But
There is a
that's
silver bracelet, but I don't know.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
The
It's
problem is
fervent.
that some things protect.
Yeah, that, and I don't feel particularly good about disturbing the resting place of a child.
Well, technically she's not resting because she's still walking around.
Yep.
Yeah, but you
I think
you know what I
the
mean.
only way. Yeah, but
I
I
know,
think
I
the
know.
only way that you can truly find rest is.
I mean, they really should have burned her body.
Underwater when she's
is-
stuck.
It is the only way you can get true rest. It is fire.
All right, I take a half step away from you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I've read about that some time ago.
So you really want to go down there again?
Yeah, and I think you should come with us.
But it's wet.
If
And
not,
we
I'll
will
Yes.
drown.
make you.
You make
I
me
mean-
what?
It's raining
Go
pretty hard.
underwater.
You're already soaked at this point.
That I know.
I mean, you've been pretty much soaked for 3 days straight.
Yes, and I don't like it.
I know. Welcome to living
I'm
on a
astounded
cursed
that
island.
no one made the joke yet.
Nope, I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna. I've been thinking about it, but
Then I lean to a hidden arrow and I go, I promise, if we ever get out of this, I'll take you somewhere nice where it never rains. All right, buddy?
We
Just
won't get out of it. There's nothing.
Underground?
Oh, don't be so negative.
Shut up, Grandpa.
don't be such a negative Nancy, you cat.
I get a bit annoyed and I kick him in the water.
This is bullying.
All right.
hey guys, don't. Oh,
You
Um.
can try.
I try.
Make. Let's see. Arrow. You have a 14 passive, right? I believe.
Perception, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
So you probably see it coming. So you can ready yourself. Let's.
Unarmed
still more.
strike?
Yeah. Make an unarmed strike against this
14.
armor class.
That hits.
All right. So you can use it instead of dealing damage to do a shove of 10
Yeah.
feet. So you shove him, and arrow topples backwards into the ocean, thrashing around wildly and then slowly sinking to the bottom, as he probably can't swim, right?
No, you see me thrashing, and then
And
I'll
then
just go.
a wave just crashes into the harbor side, and arrow dips underwater and vanishes from sight.
I jump after him.
yeah, same. Well,
jump in.
oh wait, I also yeah. I turn to you first and go, you should not have done that, and then I jump in.
I drink my mutagen of strength and I jump in after.
All right. Hakan, are you joining them?
I'll join it. I'll jump after them.
All right. So one
I
by
don't-
one,
I-
you
I
jump
mean,
in.
I can breathe on, or I mean, I can survive underwater for an hour, so I don't need.
I mean, you can
breathing
survive
space.
underwater for 24 hours.
I mean, I could do it without any spells for
Yeah, true.
for an hour. So
True. So each of you jump in, letting yourself get consumed by the waves, slowly going under as you gently float down. You find Arrow lying still on the ocean floor, eyes open, probably wondering again, why is he not dead and drowning?
Oh no, I think I'm dead.
I shake him a little, like, come on, man up. Yeah, I don't say that. I'm like the motion I make, like, wake him up. Come on.
Come on, do it now.
You're standing underwater and you're kind of holding your breath, as that's kind of a reflex most people have. And at one point, your body reflexes and you take in a big gulp of ocean water. And once again, just like in the archives underneath Town Hall, it doesn't burn. Your body starts to revitalize again as it's finally getting oxygen again after a minute or so. And you feel fine.
Okay.
Oh no, I
Fine.
don't feel fine.
Fine.
I'm not dead.
You were already
You're
wet.
you're also not drowning.
What he thinks is happening
True.
is a different story, but
Yeah.
True. Physically, he's fine. Mentally, less so.
Yeah.
So as you're all standing on the bottom of the ocean, some of you have a hard time seeing, as it is pretty fucking dark here. What do you wish to do?
Go look for some coral.
All right, roll an investigation check.
My strong suit. Once again, 8.
All right, you are walking around here in the harbor area, and you don't find any coral here. You have a feeling that you might have to go deeper into the ocean to find what you are looking for.
I motion to everybody that we need to go deeper into the ocean to find it.
Right.
Like, come on, this way. Like,
I did not specify, but I assume that my steel defender is with me.
As long as you didn't give him a different command, he follows you everywhere. So you didn't tell him to stay on shore, so he jumped after you.
Okay, now just checking. Okay, cool.
And with his weight, he probably caught up to you like halfway down to the ocean floor and raced past you because he's pretty heavy.
Probably has a... Yeah, I... Actually, instead of like walking myself, I just like kind of hold on to him and let him do the... Drag me forward.
Sure.
the heavy lifting.
So
Basically.
you guys make yourself further into the ocean, walking over the uneven rocky bottom, as it takes you like a minute or 2 or 3 before you start seeing first a few small patches of coral reef. After a minute or so more, there's like an abundance of it just growing around.
I mean, let's trash the place, right?
Yeah.
Very environmentally
I don't say this.
friendly.
I have
course,
no
but-
clue what people are doing and saying, and
This guy's just catatonic again.
just pull him along by the arm.
no, everyone sounds like.
yeah.
That's true.
You keep
That's
trying to talk.
I
I don't
guess.
understand the shit you're saying.
I wasn't talking, I was motioning to come follow me.
That I
Yeah,
can.
I guess I'll start just breaking off pieces of coral.
I guess I start helping.
Sure.
I do not touch the coral because I'm against destroying the coral. So I will just stand there and then like kind of frown.
Yeah, I want to look around and see what's happening around us to keep an eye on things.
Make a perception check.
I keep looking at Zamora.
13.
13. All right. You have a pretty good feeling that you're keeping an eye out for anything unusual, except the some of random fishes or something that swim by, like Finding Nemo type fishies that are in the corals that you're ruining. They like you break off one piece and there's like this tiny fish that just goes swims away really fast. It takes you a little bit. Weight underwater is a little bit weird, so you have to guess a little bit if you have a pound of coral or not. So just in case, you're probably taking a little bit more than you probably need. But after about 15-20 minutes of harvesting, you think you have enough coral for you to complete the ritual.
Yeah. Are we sure we don't want to look for a silver bracelet down here while we're? Yeah, I just go back upshore, I guess. And I think we have enough.
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Give me. You can just continue playing. It's fine.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I just swim to the top as well when I see you going up, and I try and pull our cat friend along with me. I wasn't gonna say another word.
So are you going back up, or are you walking back to shore first and then go up?
I go back to shore first and then go up.
Okay. So it takes you.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just follow.
It takes you a couple of minutes once again to get back, and then back on the dock side. You were already soaked, but yeah, now you're really soaked. You have the coral with you. You can understand each other once again. It takes you a little bit of trouble to get the automaton back on the dockside, as it has to start climbing and grabbing onto one of the giant poles that the dockside is standing on. So it takes it a little bit of hardship to climb on the dockside.
I try to. Wait.
I'm shouting instructions all the while because the best shippers are like on the dockside.
While I come up, I start like, and I'll go to Zarmora and say, "You evil cow!"
I have this. I have this hemp and rope with me, so I toss it down to the automaton. Or
Right? Yeah, I commanded to hold on to it, and I help you.
It holds
Probably
on
like
to it.
pulling it up.
pulling
Right?
it up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm helping.
All right, make a strength check, both of you. This is a really heavy thing you're trying to pull ashore, but it is.
Maybe the cow should help.
23.
Nice.
Oh, that's a relief. I rolled a 7.
Akira is a pretty buff guy, and he manages to at least help the automaton a bit, as it is also grabbing onto the pillar, pulling himself up as well. So he is assisting you in it a bit. It takes you about a minute or two, but finally the automaton is able to grab the dockside and pull himself upwards and plants itself face first on the dockside before pulling himself further along and standing up.
Yes, okay. I accidentally closed the wrong window.
Well, thanks for helping.
You're welcome. Always glad I can help.
Yeah, I think there's enough coral, right? As I like look around at the.
Yeah, I try
handful
to
of
wait a
coral.
little.
Did
Yeah,
you get
no-
the bracelet?
No.
I knew I forgot something.
We're not going down there again, right?
No.
No.
I hope not.
right?
Let's
No.
let's hope that one of the others has a piece of jewelry for us. I'm not gonna disturb her body.
Yeah,
And otherwise, we could just make it.
true. I can like spend an evening and make something
Yeah.
fairly decent. Probably not the latest model, but yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the inn for dinner.
Oh, while we're on the dock side, I
Sure.
want to make a perception check if I want to see if there's anything going on the ship.
Sure, make a perception check.
A 10.
10. From the distance that you're at, you're checking out the ship. It just looks calm. It's rocking a bit in the waves, but there's no real commotion on deck or anything. You don't see someone wandering around the ship.
All right. Yeah, let's head back.
Yes.
That one.
Eat,
Uh,
make
eat.
some jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Definitely.
Sleep, and try and figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Yeah, how we're gonna do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
In the heavy rainfall, you make your
Alright.
way back towards the Oriental Seahorse. Arriving a bit earlier than Kothos might have expected you, as you've only been gone for about an hour or so. You enter as he is still playing his card game. He looks a bit frustrated. As you walk in, you hear him cussing a little bit, like, "Damn it! It's like a card is missing or something." As he flicks through the deck real quick.
Oh,
He
and those
looks.
cards are not gonna be useful anymore now. They're soaking wet.
He looks up as you enter, and he says, "Oh, you're back early. Did you? I
Yeah.
mean, you've got a
We found
giant bag of coral with you, so I guess you were fortuitous in
There's
your
surprisingly
search."
a lot.
Well, yeah, it's the ocean floor, so I wouldn't be that surprised, honestly. But I thought maybe you would have gone somewhere else in town first, check on something before coming back. But if you want, I can start dinner early.
That would be
Well, we
pretty
can
good.
also hang out a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
we need to make some jewelry, so set that up for a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you
Yeah,
wanted me
can
to
I?
ask Gillidan.
Yeah, that's true. We should do that
I mean,
first.
if you can make it yourself, I guess be my guest. I would actually love to watch that. I've never seen
Sure.
anyone make jewelry before. Do you need like the silverware I have, or do you have something on hand?
I have something
I'm-
on hand and I reach in my pocket for 6 silver coins.
Maybe his silverware is more useful. He doesn't need it
Is it
anyway,
actual
right?
silver? Your silverware, Kothos?
Well, not all of it. Just a few pieces that I gathered in my time of being an innkeep. They're more. They're a bit. Well, not really sentimental, but they were a gift once from a visitor, and I only really use them on like occasions, like a birthday or something. But I guess if they're to use to you in maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure what spell or something you're working on, but if it's helping us, I guess I can.
Oh yeah. It's actually quite complicated to explain, but it's definitely going to help all of us.
That's great to hear. Then I am willingly sacrificing my silverware to your cause.
Thanks. Your help is appreciated, Kothos.
He walks into the kitchen, comes back about a minute later with a small wooden chest, and he puts it on the table and opens it up, and there's like a set for 2 persons, like 2 knives, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 big spoons, 2 small spoons. So there's like 8 pieces of silverware in it, most likely enough to make a pretty decent bracelet out of.
Right, but first, I'm gonna have to make the tools to make the tools.
Yeah, so
So-
that's gonna take you an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So while
I probably
he's
use things like my create bonfire spell and
sure.
I assume. I don't know how it works like exactly, but probably
I
Yeah.
have some alchemical supplies if you want to use my burner.
ooh, yeah, that would be
Does
nice.
that generate enough heat to melt silver?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Otherwise, like your bonfire spell would
I
probably.
have no clue.
During this time, can you start me on the basics of Draconic, like the letters?
Yes, I could try. Like I said, I'm not the smartest, but I will try to explain.
Well, you can read it, so you possibly know the letters to it
Yeah, I know the letters to it. I can read it as well.
as like a very first beginning step.
Yeah. So I tried to explain how the draconic alphabet works.
All right.
Oh,
If Silmoira, then for me, just make a straight up intelligence check.
I
Oh dear.
With advantage, because he's technically helping you learn a language.
Okay. That's better. I haven't touched them yet. I got a 5 on my first one, and the other one is a natural 20.
Nice. All right. So surprisingly, you're picking it up rather well. It's a bit complicated, as Draconic is a rather old language as well. But as a first beginner lesson for the next hour, as Cork is working on his jeweller's kit, you have a feeling you're starting to get the hang of it, to at least understand what symbols mean what letter.
cool.
But before we go any further, I must warn you, it's pretty frowned upon to know this language by everybody except like the dragon folk.
I'm just curious, and I want to learn everything. I kind of want to learn as many languages as I can.
Okay.
What languages do you know?
I know Common, Elvish,
Mhm.
Giant,
Mhm.
and I speak a good word of Primordial.
I say hello and Elvish and Giant to you,
I say hello back.
and then I'll say I can teach you Thiefcant and Dwarvish.
That would be awesome. But
Yeah,
let's focus on
I-
one language at a time.
Thiefcant is very useful.
True.
People
I've heard
don't
of
understand it.
All right. So
Just a
yeah.
little side note. Oh, excuse me. Just a little side note. I just checked, and theoretically, you could melt silver in a campfire. It has roughly the
Okay.
same heat. so-
Nice. Good to know.
Not very relevant, but yeah.
I mean, you can create magical bonfires. You can make them as hot as you want, I guess.
Yeah, true.
So for the next
As hot
hour,
as I want.
so Cork is working on creating a jeweler's kit. Zilmoira and Akira are working on Draconic. What do Arrow and Hakan want to do as they're waiting on the
I
next
want to
step?
play my musical instrument.
What kind of musical instrument do you have again? I forgot.
A hurdy-gurdy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nice.
Fucking nice.
That's awesome. All right, so to the lovely tunes of Hakan's hurdy-gurdy.
I want to start spinning the crank. And then...
Yes. And anything you want to do, Hidden Arrow?
Yeah, while he is busy on his hurdy-gurdy, after like a minute or so, I take out my horn and I just one single off tone right through it. Sorry, I'm not that good.
I imagine like Courtesan sitting there just kind of annoyed, like, can you guys shut up?
I
Right,
wanna
right.
I'm gonna try with the hurdy-gurdy.
Sure.
I want to move the crank back and forth, and I want to start, or I mean, I start spinning like pretty fast, and then I want to start shredding on it.
Make a performance check for me.
They don't have cheese
boy.
here.
Let me see. Oh boy. Let's say performance.
Yes.
Oh, performance is not as bad. It's 7.
So the idea sounds amazing, just spinning real fast, shredding on the strings, and the sound that comes from it's just like a cat in heat whining and screeching, and it sounds horrifying to the naked ear. Kothos at one point, as you're like 1 minute into it, he puts up his hand and he says, "Okay, I've heard bad music in my years, but that's disastrous. The horn doesn't help."
Wow, this fucking ate my hurdy-gurdy. I'm done.
Wait. So you heard bad music, but did you hurdy-gurdy bad music?
I have
Okay,
now.
I'm out.
I have now. So after an hour, you finish your jeweler's kit. Kotos is starting to prepare dinner. It takes a little bit to melt the silver, and while the silver is melting, you can have a nice dinner with Kotos. After the silver is melted with your jeweler's kit, can you make a dexterity check for me? Are you proficient with jeweler's kit?
I'm not sure if I'm proficient with a jeweler's kit. I am. I am proficient with some tools, but I'm not sure. Give me 1 second. I think I'm proficient with. I think I'm proficient with all tools, but it does sound kind of overpowered.
I don't.
I'm not sure.
That sounds interesting. Let me quickly check Tasha's for you.
I think I'm misreading this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Starting proficiencies: thieves' tools, tinker's tools, one type of artisan's tools of your choice. So I'm not sure which of the which artisan tool you picked when you created the character.
I did not pick one yet, and I could be very cheeseball and say that it's jeweler's kit, but I'm not going to.
Well, I can read
So
you
no, I'm not proficient.
what you can get real.
Wait, can't you just
quick.
make any kit?
He can make
Yeah,
any
I
kit,
can
but that
make any
doesn't
kit, but
mean
I'm not
he is
proficient with it.
proficient. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Just
And you roll-
shits his rolls more. So what?
So for now, just roll a d20, add your dexterity to it, and after the session, we can decide what kind of artisan tool you picked for your character.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds fair. That's natural 20.
That's your second one this evening. Nice.
Yeah, I know.
So with
I think these are
the
weighted.
deft hands of a person who probably never worked with Julie in his life, it takes you a little bit, like maybe an hour or two, to shape it up nicely. But you end up with a very nice, thick jewelry bracelet, silver bracelet, that's with a clasp on it, so that you can widen it a little bit, even so that you can fit it on. So it doesn't really matter how thick someone's wrist is. But yeah, it's a very nice piece of silver jewelry. Well done.
Nice. All right. Da 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 da. Here it is, guys.
Oh, that looks pretty neat.
There aren't runes on it yet, right?
Nope.
There aren't runes on it yet. Those have to
So
be
how are we
inscribed.
gonna carve in these runes?
With a pencil, right?
No, not with a pencil, arrow.
Right.
I don't think that works. Something
I don't
a bit
know.
harder. Maybe Hakim Shell or something.
I don't think that's like small and dainty enough to do it.
Maybe a part of your thieves' tools? Like a lockpick or something?
Yeah, that could work.
I
You
I may be
have
proficient
jeweler's
with
kit, right?
I think.
Yeah.
I believe Xanatar actually has what's in a kit. You already have the thieves' tools and the what did I just call it?
A jeweler's kit.
Yeah, you have the jeweler's kit, which contains. Let's quickly check. A jeweler's kit contains a hammer, files, pliers, and tweezers. So with that you could and files.
something.
So you can etch the runes into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
As
do.
the
for
runes
next
right now don't
hour
need to
or
be
so.
magical; they have to be imbued during the ritual. Basically, when
Right.
the curse is set upon the person, the runes on the bracelet are like if you set up, like if you would draw a teleportation circle, that's basically what you're doing now. You're drawing the circle into the bracelet.
Right. Yeah.
So
Do I
once
roll
again,
for anything?
make a dexterity check again, adding your roll a d20 at your dexterity modifier.
That's a 9.
Okay. It's tough. It takes you a while. But looking at the drawings that you have, you're not really sure if you have an exact match, and you're not sure if this is gonna work.
um. Okay. Yeah, probably tell the party. I'll be honest, guys. The bracelet itself, pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. But the runes, they might have. I might have spent a couple of hours more and do better. They're not very good, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, just take your time.
But
Maybe try again tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
eventually it needs to have runes. This or the bracelet that's on the water. It doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
So what's wrong with these? Don't they work?
They
Well, if
aren't
they're not the
exactly
same-
matching.
Why not?
They kind of look alike. They are in the right order. But there's like a nick, like you during the filing and stuff, you like nicked a little bit extra, so it might be a little bit longer, and on another one you might have an extra nick that isn't supposed to be there. There are small differences, and as an arcane practitioner yourself, you have a feeling that this is probably not good enough, as etchings have to be rather precise to work.
Yeah.
So what now?
Maybe you could file it down and try again? Would
I
be a little bit
think I
thinner of a
can.
bracelet.
Yeah, might snap, but yeah. Yeah, I'd rather
Or
do it
remelt
again and
it.
not risk the spell not working and maybe making our situation even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do
So
you want to do that now?
Fine with me.
It's
gonna
still early
it-
in the evening.
it's gonna filing it down with your jeweler's kit, taking your time this time. It's gonna take you well into the evening, close to night, to try and fix it. If someone wants to help you,
Yeah, sure.
you can make a new roll.
I
With
have
it.
a file in my kit.
Uh,
I do
if
have
everyone is like helping you, like positioning the runes, like this has to go there, this has to go there. You
Like
can
holding it steady while the
yeah.
other is doing the
you
carving.
can you can make a new dexterity check with advantage. However, the DC is higher, and if this fails, the bracelet breaks, and you'll
Yeah.
have to find a new one or make a new one.
All right. I am going to risk it though.
All right, make the check.
Cool music. Hear music.
14.
14. As you're working on it, leaving your dinner half eaten, going well into the night, close to midnight, as you think you have it, as you push down one of the runes, the bracelet snaps
Oh,
as
wait,
it
wait, wait,
breaks
wait.
in your hand.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But I cast mending.
Holding the broken
The
bracelet
dolly.
in your hand, it molds back together, and you, weirdly enough, just now thinking about it, you can intricately repair the small runes that you messed up, like the nick that is extra there. You're mending that as well, and now that you're looking at it, and after casting the spell on it, it looks perfect now and actually usable.
Ah. See. It only takes like 20 minutes to realize that I'm actually a magic user and have magic spells.
Not only 20 minutes, like 3 sessions.
I mean, well, I did use spells before, but yeah.
All
You
right.
still didn't realize you were a magic caster, apparently.
There's one more thing that I'd like to do as well in the evening. I found that bottle of golden red liquid.
Yeah, sure.
I want to try and figure out what it is.
All right. As you are
Drink it.
spending a lot of time in the tavern this evening, basically spending a short rest with an item also identifies it, and you have in your hands a lesser potion of healing. And after an eventful day, but not really a busy day, as you've been spending most of your time in the tavern, relaxing, but also working, gathering the components that you need for the ritual, actually having found them rather quickly and easily as they have been on hand. You feel that you are prepared to face Horatio once again with an offer he hopefully can't refuse. An attempt to lift the curse from this crystal, from these people, and from this place.
Yes.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Round of applause. We did a lot today.
You did a lot today. You
Whew.
truly did, yes.
I think
Did we
did
do a
more
lot,
than
or
this-
did we discuss a lot?
You also
That as
discussed a
well.
lot. It's been,
No, I think.
but that's a part of role playing.
Oh,
think we did
definitely.
more- I think we did more this session than the previous ones combined. At least felt like it.
Well, I think a lot of things that we already knew like fell into place together in this session with
Yeah, maybe.
the
Yeah.
wife of Horatio and the girl, and just a lot of stuff just managed to
Yeah, all
pop
the
into
puzzle
place.
pieces.
And yeah, we're basically ready now to actually try and break the curse,
Which is
which is
good.
good.
Yeah.
And we'll see next time how that goes. So,
Yes.
Alright.
everyone who has been in chat, thank you very much for watching. VOD will be up next Friday. I will make sure that links to the Facebook, the Discord, and the website of Gameforce itself will be in the description either later this evening or tomorrow. It's late. I have to work tomorrow as well. So I will make sure that's going to happen. Also in the YouTube descriptions. And yeah, I hope we'll see you also next week for the first episode of Building Itania, where we will discuss the geography of the land. You've heard a lot about the archipelago, and I'm going to show you a map of it and talk about it, and we're going to see the lay of the land, so to speak. So yeah, thank you
Sounds
everyone
cool.
for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.